Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing.
Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie. Today I put together a compilation video of 28 of the Easter DIYs that I've made so far this year in 2024. Lots of Easter decor and even Easter basket ideas for you using items from the Dollar Tree. For the first DIY, you're going to need one of these little bunny bum signs from the Dollar Tree. I want to cover mine with the white fluffy mop heads, also from the Dollar Tree. You're going to need about 3 if you make it like I did. Now, I kind of need a pattern for the feet because I'm not going to bother trying to take these off. They're difficult and they get broken a lot to try to take them off. So I just took a piece of just regular copy paper and just kind of, folded around the edges where I can kind of see them a little bit. And I'm just going to sketch that out with a pencil so that I can kind of just make a pattern that I can use because I want to cut out little fluffy bunny feet too. I thought it'd be really cute to do little fluffy bunny feet. I want to give a shout out to one of my members of my private Facebook group, Rochelle. She did a fluffy bunny bum sign and it turned out really cute. It inspired me to make this DIY and kind of make one my own. So I am just going to go ahead and cut that out. I'm only going to need one because I can just reuse that pattern. And we're just going to flip the sign over. Nothing going to get in our way. We're just going to use the back side and kind of make our own thing. I am going to glue the hanger in place though, just so it doesn't turn and kind of hang out the sides. But that will work perfectly backwards as a hanger. Now the mop head is just the right size. They're curved a little around the edges, which did cause a little gap on the 2 sides, but that's okay. We can always fill that in later. But as you can see, 2 of them together is definitely going to cover this size bunny really well. So I'm just going to simply hot glue these down. I thought it would be easier to hot glue them down first and then worry about cutting them to shape later. Cutting the mop heads can get really messy if you've ever worked with these before, but they're so fluffy and cute. So I'm going to do the same thing here at the top. Just putting hot glue all over the surface of the sign and laying that, kind of blending it in with the first one so you can't really see the seam in between the 2 little mop heads. Just kind of smushing it all together right there in the middle and making sure that it's nice and tight. I don't want any of the wood to show through. And I also want to make sure it's glued tight to the edges here. That's going to help me be able to cut that a little bit better, perfectly to size. As you can see, there's not much to cut off here on the bottom one. It kind of fits perfectly. Just kind of the corners, really, is the only thing I really have to cut off there. And, I like to cut upside down like this too to try to cut the fabric, but it's still super going to shed a lot. So be prepared when you cut this stuff. It does kind of shed and kind of fall apart a little bit. I'm trying to throw mine away as soon as possible before it kind of gets out of control. But as you can see, it also looks a little shaggy after cutting it. So once I cut it down, I just go around, try to cut off any loose strings or anything like that. That's going to make it look kind of crazy. And again, cleaning up all that shedding. Now I do have some of it left over though, so I might as well use that to kind of cover the little gap here between the 2 mop heads. So I just use a little hot glue, glue that down, makes it where you can't see the wood, and everything looks nice and fluffy for the little bunny bum. So for the feet, I think one of the mop heads is going to be plenty. It looks like that's going to fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut this in half. That way I am left with 2 pieces that are the same size. And then I want to kind of sketch out my pattern shape here on the back to make it easier to cut. I didn't really want to have to pin it or anything like that. I thought I could just use a little fine tip Sharpie here, kind of sketch it on the back. I did try to use a lighter color, so if any of that's left, you might not be able to see it. But as you can see, it's just long enough for one of those feet that size. And what I want to do is combine this little fluffy foot that I'm cutting out with some of those little felt bunny feet from the Dollar Tree. But if you had any kind of pink felt or pink material, you could use that as well. I just thought that would make it a little bit easier because they already have the little shape of the bunny feet on them. So again, it sheds a little bit. It's a little shaggy when you cut it down, but I'm just trimming my first little bunny foot up. And this turned out so cute. This is the first time I think I've ever given a bunny rabbit like fluffy feet, and it is definitely cute. When I pictured doing this project, that's what I was thinking of, is like, I want fluff between the little bunny pads on their feet, their little bunny toes. I thought that would be super cute, and I love bunnies for Easter. It's like one of my favorite things. So again, I just sketched it out and cutting the other half of the mop head down to size for a second little bunny foot. And I'm not gonna, they're pretty, sturdy. I'm not gonna attach this to anything. I'm just gonna glue this directly to the mop head underneath of it, kind of having it hang off the bottom like the original sign. Just trying to recreate what's on the back with my own stuff. So again, super shaggy, just trimming that down to clean it up a little bit and trying to make sure that they are even and everything looks good. They're kind of a mirror image of each other. There's not like a left and a right. You can't really mess that up since I use the same pattern for both. Again, just trimming it up until I'm happy with it, and I think that looks pretty cute. Now to make the little toes, I'm going to attach those, but I'm just going to go ahead and glue the feet down first, and we can just keep adding on to this sign from there. So I'm just using hot glue to glue these down. And I already had these mop heads because I used them for snow for Christmas, my gingerbread setup. So of course, definitely saving these to reuse for another DIY. I love these things. I also love the little fluffy automotive towels, but it's not near this fluffy. Now, these are the little felt bunny feet from the Dollar Tree that I was talking about that I thought would make things a little bit easier. I just want the little toe pads on these. So what I'm going to do is just cut down the little ovals. The big one can go on the top part, and then the little toes can go along the bottom. Just how like a little bunny foot would be, the back of a little bunny foot. And I think it turned out so cute. It's one reason I like this sign is because you can do the bunny feet like this direction. Normally when you have just the back of the bunny, it's just like you can really just do the tail. There's not a lot of details you can add because the feet are like facing the other direction, if you know what I mean. And so I did the same thing with both of them, just cutting them down, trying to get them as close to an oval shape as I can. They don't have to be perfect, but having the already printed on there and not having to draw this out on pink felt or anything like that just makes this so much easier and makes everything a little bit more uniform. So I just cut down all 8 of our little ovals here. And once I get them all cut, we can start putting this little bunny together. So the little pads of his feet go here, and then the toes can go one in each one. There's like 3 toes. So it worked out perfectly. Isn't it looking so fluffy and cute already? I had a great time putting these DIYs together. I wasn't sure if you guys were wanting more Easter DIYs. I know the Shore Living Beach stuff's coming soon. I got my first package from DollarTree.com today, the Shore Living Picks. I posted a picture of those. They are available at my store. They're only available to ship to your home, but shipping really wasn't that bad, and it was super fast. I got them within a couple of days. And I am just hot gluing these all down, making sure to push them down so that fluff comes up between the toes because that's really what I wanted. Now I couldn't find a pom-pom that I had that was big enough for a bunny tail this size, so we're going to try making one. So I just cut down like a little piece of cardboard, pizza box, and I'm going to try making one. I thought this would be bigger than my hand and would make a bigger pom-pom. So I'm just simply wrapping it around. This is that Dollar Tree like Chanel yarn. It's not my first choice, and I've never made a pom-pom with it. It's really floppy. I wasn't sure if this was going to work, but I thought maybe if I make it big enough, it will work. This was the only white yarn that I had, and I kind of wanted to stick with a fluffy white bunny. So just wrapping that around until I think it's nice and full, cutting that off. I had also cut off an extra piece before I started, and I just feed that through the bottom there. We're just going to tie this off and knot it to start creating the giant pom-pom for the tail. Another thing you could do is you could put like smaller pom-poms together, but I wanted to see if I could create my own. I wasn't super happy with this pom-pom, and I think it was because of that Chanel yarn. It's just floppy, But you know what? That whole bunny is kind of floppy with all the fluffy and fur, so I think it will work. So I just cut it about halfway through across from where I tied it off to create our pom-pom. And you can see that it's a floppy pom-pom, even though I have lots of string in there. So I kind of trimmed it to try to make sure that it was fairly even and shaped like a pom-pom. And let's see what we can do here. So if I put it up here at the top, it's a little crazy looking right now, but once you hang it up, it all goes down a little bit. But since it's nice and full, I think it is going to work. I'm just going to trim it down a little bit though, because I just didn't really like the way that it was laying. But let's go ahead and attach it up here. We can always trim it a little bit more if we need to. I was trying to see, I was not super happy with it, but you know what? In the end, I think it's going to work. It is a nice big fluffy tail, right? So after messing with it and contemplating whether I want to attach it, I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. And so I just put glue on the fluff and the pom-pom, gluing that right where the bunny tail was before at the very top of the sign. And we already have the hanger on there from before. I want it to be tall enough to cover that wooden tail that was kind of sticking up out of the top of the sign. But I also want it to all be kind of glued tight, and so it doesn't stick out too far. So again, you can see the back of it is just the original sign. We did all of this on the flat side. That way everything was super easy to attach to the sign. Now I thought maybe if I cut like layers in the pom-pom, it would make it like lay a little like more round, since it's a little bit flat at the moment. So just kind of like hair, I just cut the top layer a little bit shorter and kind of shaped it a little bit until I was happier with it. And this is how it turned out, our little bunny bum sign. I think it is super cute, and I think it's going to be really fun for Easter. What do you guys think about our first DIY? I think it turned out really cute. I know with the photograph, it's kind of so bright, it's kind of hard to see like the little feet being separate. But in real life, you can definitely see it because the mop heads are, nice and thick. And you can see two little bunny feet sticking in the back. And I'm really glad I decided to make the feet fluffy because I think that is really cute there between the toes. Okay, for the next DIY, I was actually inspired to make this from a blog. Let me give them a shout out. It was createmakedecorate.com, and they did a little bunny bait bag using some of these little bunny bags from the Dollar Tree for a burlap bag. And I'm like, you know what? I have some of those, and I want to do a little carrot DIY for you today. So the first thing I'm going to do is to cut off the little triangles there at the top. There is also a tag here that is kind of in the way, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that down. I'm just going to fold mine over a little bit at the top and kind of have mine be open. She kind of tied hers off, but pretty similar. And I want to stamp bunny bait on mine, so I have some little letter stampers that I actually found at Dollar General. And I'm going to use a stamp pad that I got at Dollar Tree, so it is a green one. I thought that would go with the carrot theme. And so I'm just kind of ignoring the bunny face on the back. It's not really important. I wasn't too sure though if my stamping would go all the way through. So I just cut my ink pad packaging down and slid the cardboard inside, but it looks like none of it went through. So that step's probably not necessary. And trying to figure out which way this end goes. That looks good. And I'm going to start stamping. I'm going to do bunny first. So I kind of do the middle end first so I can kind of get that centered. And I did not push hard enough, so that did not turn out perfect. But you know what? I'm going to distress the bag, and so I kind of want it to look like not so perfect. That's kind of the fun of stamping like this kind of burlap and material anyway. So again, I'm just spelling out the word bunny, and then we're going to do bait on the second line, and I want to fill it up with those little carrot picks that you see there from the Dollar Tree. I love stamping on fabric. It's probably the only time I've used these, but I was so excited to find these at Dollar General. I know I can always find the ink pads at Dollar Tree, but I've never found like the stamp letters like that. And these are a great size. So I'm going to go ahead and clean those up and then To make the bag look all weathered, I'm just using coffee grounds, just dry coffee grounds, and just using my finger to rub those in. Supposedly this works a little bit better than if you get it wet, and I just wanted a little bit of a dirty bag. Nothing crazy here on the front, just a kind of an all over weathering, and I just kind of rub that coffee ground into the bag. It's probably gonna smell good too, right? Now, I don't want the back to be super white though, and I do kind of want to cover up that bunny face, so I put more coffee on the back. I probably rubbed a little harder back here and make it a little bit darker just to kind of disguise that a little bit. But I just want it to look like a dirty little bag, and this trick worked perfectly, so shout out again to that blog for the great idea of using this bag for a little bunny bait bag. I think she called hers bunny treats maybe, but I think bunny bait's super cute. Now, when I fold it over like that, the strings, the stitching on the side kind of came out, so I will have to kind of glue that back down, but I don't want that part to be super white. So I'm using the same thing, but using the coffee grounds to kind of weather this too, and I kind of like this technique. It's a lot more forgiving. I was going to use like some antique wax by Waverly or something like that, but I kind of liked not getting the bag wet at all. So you can just keep DIYing. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it down just on the sides here, just to leave that open. And I want to do the same thing here on the back. And this was the perfect size for this. I love like the little stringiness of the raw edge there on the top of the bunny bait. And then you're just going to need something heavy to weight on the bottom. I have a lot of these little pebbles from the Dollar Tree, so I'm going to use that, but you could always use like rice, beans, anything that you could weigh like down at like a sock gnome or anything like that. You can use the same kind of thing here. I want it to be rather heavy there at the bottom, so it will stand up all on its own like that. And then for the rest of it, I'm going to use some of this. Have you seen this polyfill from the Dollar Tree for $1.25? Great find. I definitely have picked up a couple packages of this. I'm just going to use a little polyfill just to make sure it stays nice and open and kind of fill up the space that I don't need. Now I'm going to use those little carrot picks so they will go down through the polyfill and kind of stab into the rocks at the bottom to stand up. But I want the top to look cute, kind of like dirt. So I'm using just some of this brownish floral moss from the Dollar Tree. I have this floral moss like in brown and green. I kind of just pick up whatever I can find at Dollar Tree. So if you can't find this, I think Spanish moss would work really well too. And I filled my bag up all the way, just making sure it stands as a standalone bag by itself. And then we're going to use all 3 of the carrot picks. If you can't find the carrot picks like this, you could always just use the string carrots that are on the garland or the individual ones. They're just a little bit smaller. And I just braked off the little like pick, and I want the middle one to be a little bit taller. So I'm going to break the side pieces off a little bit shorter and just sticking those down into the bag and down into those pebbles at the very bottom. The pebbles actually worked really well for that. Once I got them all in there, I thought they were sticking up a little too tall. I kind of wanted them to be down in the bag a little bit more. It was a little top heavy. So I'm just going to pop them out, break off another inch or so on the picks and put them back down in there. And that made it look a little bit better. And I thought that looked better. And that's really all there is to it. It's just a matter of organizing these little carrots. I did find though that when I pushed them all down in there, I did kind of push my floral moss down in there. There wasn't a lot of it sticking out of the sides of the bag or like in between them. So I just kind of went in and kind of filled that in a little bit more. So it's a nice full little bag of bunny bait, and this is how it turned out. Super easy to do, super cute, and let me show you how mine turned out. It's very weighted well like on the bottom, so it stands alone. It doesn't tip over or anything like that. And I really like the simplicity of just like the old weathered bag with the stamping on there. I think it turned out really cute. Even though I did stamp that in twice. I wanted to take one of these little 10 Easter buckets from the Dollar Tree. Isn't this so cute with the little bunny and the eggs on there? And I wanted to see if I can make an egg topiary using these beautiful flocked Easter eggs from the Dollar Tree. I also used these on my Easter coffee bar. I made a garland with them, but I absolutely love them. They're my favorite like big egg they've ever had at the Dollar Tree. So I also picked up one of the little foam circle pieces from the Dollar Tree. They fit in those little buckets perfectly, and I think that's going to make the perfect pot for our topiary. Now, the little flocked, or I guess the big flocked Easter eggs all have a ornament hanger on them. So they do have a hole drilled in one side. I just cut off the ribbon. And then I'm going to use one of these wood dowels from the Dollar Tree. I was worried that it wouldn't be long enough, and it was barely long enough, but you could always use like the little hot dog sticks or whatever kind of dowels that you have. I want my eggs all to be like pointy side up, all going the same direction. So I'm going to start here with the pink one for the very top. I just put the dowel in the hole to make sure it's nice and sturdy and doesn't go anywhere, since I can't stick it in very far because my dowel is not that long. I do make sure to hot glue that in place. And so that is the very top. Now for the next piece, I kind of need to pop a hole here in the middle. I just use a little tiny screwdriver that I have from the Dollar Tree to poke a hole to get me started. And then I just push the dowel down through, trying to come out the other side, approximately close to where the hole is. I did a pretty good job. You do have to kind of push to kind of drill that hole through there, but then just slide this up. I'm going to do pink, yellow, blue. They also had green, if you like that color better. I just wanted an alternate. And this is kind of similar to how I stacked the tinier flocked Easter eggs from the Dollar Tree and made my DIY candle holders in a previous video. So I'm going to put the third one on. We're going to do blue, started at the tip, poked a hole in it, went all the way through, and that looks pretty good actually. So I'm going to use that same screwdriver and some hot glue to poke a hole in the floral foam in our little tin Easter bucket and sit it on there, trying to make sure it is all even. Everything is stacked evenly as it should and straight up and down like the topiary that I wanted. Now, this is the other floral moss. I told you I had two different colors. This is the green floral moss. And you could also use the reindeer moss for this, but I'm going to use this to cover up the foam here at the very bottom. And so I just put a little bit of hot glue on the foam just to glue it in place so it doesn't fall out while I'm working with it. And there's not a lot of room there to fill in because those little foam pieces fit in the buckets great. And if you can't find one of the Easter buckets, you could get one of the plain ones, kind of personalize it if you wanted. Even plain would be super cute for this, or a little pot too. I'm also going to put some of the floral moss in between each egg. And I'm also going to use greenery like Easter or spring florals to kind of decorate this a little bit more so it's not so plain. So I just went all the way around and hot gluing that floral moss in between my yellow and my blue egg. And I wanted it to look springy. That's why I wanted to use like the green color floral moss instead of the brown. So I'm going to do the same thing here between the pink and the yellow. I'm not using a lot, just enough to kind of give you an effect and try not to get too much of that messy moss on my flocked eggs. These are the flowers we're using, the Tweety. I thought these looked really springy. They're little white and yellow flowers from the Dollar Tree. Now they have two different sizes. There's like a 6 and a 3 petal one. I'm going to kind of alternate, like this is the 6 one. And then up next, I'm going to do a 3 one. So it's all kind of alternate. So I'll do the 3 one here on top with a 6 one below it. So they're a little bit different. And then about a third of the way through, I'm going to do like a larger one on the top and a smaller one here on the bottom. So again, they're different. And then a third of the way the other way, I'm going to do the same thing. A large one on top here and a small one here on the bottom. To add a little bit of floral charm to that. Now, I thought that looked really cute. I thought I could also add maybe a few more flowers to the pot below because I also have like the floral moss down there. So I'm just going to glue a few more here just around the rim, but that step's totally optional. I just thought the more flowers, the better. I love flowers for spring, using them a lot this year. I guess I always do for spring, but seems to be I have a little bit more floral and a little bit more pastels this year. But I really love pastels for Easter. So I think these flocked eggs are perfect. This is what it looks like so far. I thought it needed a little greenery, and any of like the greenery ivy and stuff like that I had, and those flowers, nothing had a leaf that was about the right size. So I'm just going to borrow some from another spring plant. These are just like the pink roses from the Dollar Tree, but they have these really bright green leaves that are not too large. And so I'm just going to cut some of those off, and I'm going to do one of those leaves between each one of the flowers, just kind of gluing it onto the moss. I'm cutting off the stem completely, having them all kind of go in the same direction to kind of give you like an ivy feel as it's wrapped around. So I just hot glue the first 3. Now between the pink and the yellow egg, I'm going to do the same thing with 3 more of the leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those down. And then I thought it would be cute to kind of like reverse alternate the direction, where I had all of them pointing left on the first one. I'm going to have these go all to the right, just for a little bit of variety. And I'm glad I decided to decorate between the eggs. It really made the topiary look way more festive for spring. Just cleaning up any of the moss and any strings of hot glue there with my heat gun. And this is how it turned out. Isn't it super cute? It was so easy to put together, and I love how it turned out. And it's a great use for those flocked Easter eggs from the Dollar Tree. They also have these in like this giant string ones. You could totally do that with them as well. There's also some glittery ones if that is more your vibe, but I'm really digging the flocked stuff they have this year at the Dollar Tree. And that little Cottontail Farms bucket with the Easter bunny on the front is the perfect final touch. So cute. Okay, for the next DIY, I wanted to DIY one of these little bunny rabbits from the Dollar Tree. Little plush rabbit. I chose the brown one because I thought maybe he had a little bit more character. But you could always do this with the white one as well. But the trick on this one, I wanted to find a way to make him special. And I kind of stumbled across a YouTube video by Crate and Art where she painted her. So I'm going to try to do the same. I will link her video down in the description below because she actually sewed hers too, and it turned out really cute. I hate sewing though, so I wanted to see what I could do with this bunny rabbit without sewing. So I went ahead and removed the little bunny nose just by applying a little heat there. I'm going to save that for later, and I'm going to paint mine too. Her channel is Crate and Art, so C-R-A-T-E, the letter N, and then Art. And she painted her. So she painted over the face and the belly with like a white. I'm going to do mine like an antique parchment, so it's a little bit more of an ivory color. And then she added, I think, like real like doll eyes and whiskers and stuff like that. And she sewed hers to make it have legs, facial details, super cute. So if you want more ideas of how you can decorate your bunny, be sure to check out her YouTube channel. I was really impressed. I've never seen anybody paint these before, and I thought it was a great idea. So right there, I just kind of did like a little oval around the eyes and then a little bump out for the cheeks. The cheeks are kind of blushy pink, and I don't want to go over as far as they're blushed, but I kind of like that the blush kind of came through my paint, as you can see. I just kind of switched to a smaller brush, and I'm just using acrylic antique parchment, the ivory paint. Gonna do right here for the bunny neck too, and then I'm gonna come down and give it a bunny belly. I don't really mind too much the fact that it doesn't really have legs. It's just going to kind of make him look nice and fluffy. And I absolutely love how this turned out. I have a lot of plush bunnies. Like, I have a collection. It's one of my favorite things to use for Easter. And I think this one actually turned out good enough to kind of go in my collection. So, because, you know, these bunnies from the Dollar Tree can be a little bit plain. So I just went over with one coat of paint, and I'm just kind of touching up the edges, trying to cover up the facial details a little bit, but I don't really mind if they show through because it'll kind of give me detail because I'm just going to be painting a lot of it back on because I don't want to do any sewing. I'm a crafter. I don't know. I just do not like sewing. So also around the bunny belly and stuff like that, I just go around and kind of touch everything up. I didn't really have a paint pen this exact shade of ivory, so you could use that to kind of make it a little bit more pronounced. But I'm also going to go ahead and do my little bunny feet in that white color too. So we're just going to make him two-tone. So he's going to be that nice like brown color and ivory too. It just gave him a lot of character, I think. Now I can still kind of see the toes through when I just paint the little bunny paws that color. And then the felt ones at the bottom, we're going to paint those too. Those are just like flat pieces of felt. This is actually part of the plush bunny. And not taping it off or anything. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just trying to do the part there with like the little bunny toes. And I do the front and the back and kind of the sides just to make sure that I get good coverage there. And trying to make sure my wet paint doesn't touch back down on my bunny. I'm going to go ahead and stand him up and we can paint his little feet ivory too. And this is the colors that she painted hers. She also painted her ears ivory, so you could totally do that as well, but I kind of liked my bunny having pink insides of his ears, so I'm going to leave those. Just trying to make sure he's dry. If you use a heat gun in yours, though, be very careful because I did kind of melt part of his arm a little bit. That fabric doesn't hold up too well. Now for the eyes, I was trying to decide between the Dollar Tree googly eyes, or I actually have some colored ones that I got, I think at Target Dollar Spot. And I think they're a little bit cuter, but you could totally use the ones from the Dollar Tree, kind of whatever you have. I don't have any doll eyes or anything like that. So I kind of wanted to create my own with some of the little googly eyes. These actually look like eyeballs, so they're super cute. I think I got those at Target Dollar Spot, I'm pretty sure. And so I'm just going to hot glue those over where I can see the original eye was painted on. If you don't have any googly eyes or doll eyes, you could always paint that eye back on. It's still going to give it so much character just by painting him. They did have stickers on the back, so I did peel it for the sticker side, but I didn't think that'd be sticky enough, so I did use hot glue to try to make sure that stays on. And then I did save his little bunny nose. I didn't melt my felt too much, so I'm going to go ahead and use the existing nose, hot gluing that back on now that I've painted his face. And you can already see how much more character he already has from the addition of paint. I'm just going to use a pink Sharpie I have just to kind of draw his little mouth back on. Since he has a pink nose, I thought pink would work well too for his little mouth. Nothing crazy. And then I kind of want to do like whiskers too. So I want to do like some little whisker dots here on the side of the bunny nose. My fine tip Sharpie was not wanting to cooperate on the paint, so I switched it up to just a regular Sharpie, and that seemed to work a little bit better. Now, I was trying to brainstorm what I could possibly use for whiskers. And the only thing I could think of is I do have some of the black floral wire from the Dollar Tree. And I think this is from the hardware section, actually. So maybe it's not floral wire, maybe it's just wire, but it's very thin. So I just cut out 6 little pieces all about the same length. And I thought those would make perfect whiskers. And you know what? They actually worked pretty well. Now, painting the fabric made it where it was a little difficult to kind of stab through the fabric. And you know what? I think hot glue will be fine. I'm just going to do like a little dollop of hot glue right there. And that should be enough to actually glue all 3 of my whiskers in. And that actually worked pretty well. It's not super obvious. And it was probably a lot easier than trying to bury it down into the bunny anyway. I think when I painted the fabric, it just kind of sealed it up a little bit. So I'm going to do a dot here on the other side of the bunny nose and glue 3 more whiskers on. Now I've DIY'd these bunnies a lot from Dollar Tree, and I've never made one this cute. I'm so excited about this little guy. He's so cute, he might even need a name. I'll have to let you guys name him down in the comments below. Now for his toes, I'm just going to use that same pink Sharpie. I like using Sharpies on paint like this. It doesn't bleed very much like a paint pen sometimes. And then I'm going to do it for his little front paws as well. Just trying to make sure it's dry. This is kind of the arm I melted a little bit there with my heat gun, so be careful about using heat on this material. Like a lot of Dollar Tree fabric, it did not take it too well. So I just drew his little toes back on. He is so cute. He does stand up on his own. He's weighted from behind. I thought it'd be cute to use a bunny tail. And originally I had picked like the white ones from the Dollar Tree, but then I was like, that doesn't really match anything. So I'm going to give him a little pink tail. I have some of the little pink pom-poms, the little yarn craft kits from the Easter section at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to put one of those for a little bunny tail just because I think he needs one. So right here on the back, I thought about using the largest one first, but then I thought maybe it was a little bit too large. So I switched it up to kind of more this medium size one. And I'm just going to fluff that out and attach it with hot glue right here on the back. Now I knew I wanted to make clothes for him. I was trying to decide what kind of clothes. He already has a lot of character from the paint and the details that we've added to him. But I thought I would do something really simple, like Peter Cottontail would wear like a little vest or something. But again, I don't want to sew, so I was trying to find something. I thought about using fabric, but I didn't know if I'd be able to do a no-sew clothes for this bunny with that. So I'm actually going to use a felt. So these are the little felt sheets in the Easter colors from Dollar Tree. I love these. They have these great pastel colors. I think they have 3 different color packs where they have polka dots and they also have solid colors. So I love this color. I think this is going to be so cute on him. And we can make a little vest. It's not big enough to do the back and the front of the vest, but you know what? They also have the same color in a solid. So we can use the solid for the back of the vest, and we can use that cute polka dot pattern for the front. So I kind of want to cut out just a traditional vest shape. So I'm kind of thinking about how that would lay on him. I don't really have a pattern or anything, so I'm going to kind of use the bunny as my own little pattern. So I just laid the felt right on top of him and started cutting up, like I would cut up a vest into 2 different parts, and then like have a V-neck here. So I'm going to cut it at an angle, and I want it to go around his arm and up above his shoulder to make a cute little vest just like that. So I want to create like a mirror image. So front to front, I sit that on the other polka dot pattern and cut down the other side of the vest. And these are just kind of starter pieces. I'm going to kind of trim this down, make sure it fits him a little bit better. I do need a little cutout here at the top for his arm. So I just cut a little triangle shape out of one side and then using that as a template, I did that for the other side as well. So his little arm will fit. It'll go above his shoulder like that. It's a little too long, so I'm going to go ahead and shorten it a bit. And we're going to try it on him and see how it looks. I noticed the bottom was not super level, so I'm going to kind of balance that out a little bit. And I think that's going to be the perfect size for a vest. So I'm going to start just by hot gluing the felt to the felt, actually, just along the side of the bunny. So on his shoulder, on his sides, just like that, and leave the front of it open. I'm not going to use any buttons or anything like that. Nothing crazy, just a super easy no-sew vest. And I'm going to do the same thing here on the other side. I glue it above his shoulder and along the seam here on the side. And again, I don't have enough fabric to use that same fabric for the back of the vest, but we're going to use that solid color. So again, I don't have a pattern. I'm just going to kind of use the bunny as a template, kind of work with what I have here. So I know I want to start here on one side. So I'm going to start here on this side and just start gluing that straight seam down to the side of the vest. I'm going to cut out like a little triangle here for his arm again. So it'll wrap around closely. Look like a little hole for the vest sleeve, I guess, or lack of sleeve, vest opening there. And then I'm going to cut along the neck. Then I can go ahead and kind of glue that all down above the bunny's shoulder, meeting it up with a vest from the other side. And, you know, he's kind of shaped at an angle, so it's not super straight across. I just kind of pull it as flat as I can and cut off some of the excess material, which means I need to kind of straighten out the bottom too to make it go straight from one side to the other. And then I can hot glue the seam to seam here again. And just like the other side, I'm going to cut a little tiny triangle here for his little bunny arm, and then a little piece here to go around his shoulder, and I'm going to secure that as well. So easy peasy, no sew, little vest that I think kind of looks like a Peter Cottontail vest, gives him lots of personality. I also kind of hot glued it to the back of his neck there to kind of tighten it up and make sure that his clothes stay on. I think that looks super cute. I did think that he needed something on his neck though. It's not very cute there, that little like where the material kind of slouches there. And I thought a bow tie would be super cute to go with his little vest. That would be very Peter Cottontail. I thought about using the blue that came in the same package, but you know what? He has a lot of pink already. So I have one of the felt kits for the pink too. And I thought I could use the pink and white polka dot to make a little bow tie. That'd be super cute to bring out like the pink details in the bunny rabbit, and also go really well with the little vest that we just DIY'd. So I'm just going to cut the tiniest little rectangle here for a little bow tie. And then we're just going to make a super easy bow tie by just taking some Dollar Tree twine and just kind of tying that in the middle where it'll kind of cinch up and look like a bow tie. So I just flip it over, tie just a simple knot right here in the middle, which is going to cinch it up, make it look super cute like that. I am going to double tie it to make sure that stays in place, and then cut off the excess twine so you can't really see that part. And it was just such an easy way to make a little bow tie for him. And now all I have to do is kind of hot glue that in place right there at the base of the bunny neck. Isn't he so cute so far? I had so much fun putting this DIY together. I really hope you guys enjoy him. I think he's super cute. He has so much personality. I did want him to hold something. And I have some of those little string carrots from the Dollar Tree. And I thought that would be the perfect thing for my little Peter Cottontail to hold. It'll look like, you know, he has like been in the garden stealing carrots. And so I'm just going to kind of put it here under the little bunny foot, kind of holding it up against his body, up next to the cute little vest. So I just hot glue the little string carrot to the vest and to his little bunny foot there. And I think that will stay in place pretty well. It's not super heavy. And I just added another fun little Easter touch to this little bunny rabbit. And I absolutely love how he turned out. So many little fun details, so much personality in him. Isn't he so cute? And thank you so much to Creighton Art for giving me the idea of painting my bunny rabbit, because I knew there had to be something that I could do to make him extra special. This is how he turned out. As you can see, he is super adorable. And I love the fact that I didn't have to sew anything either. What do you guys think about this cutie? So much fun. Okay, if you guys are enjoying today's video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it. Turn on that bell for notifications when I post new content. Okay, for the next DIY, I wanted to take one of these little carrot signs from the Dollar Tree and see if we can make a cute little carrot sign with this. And I'm going to use one of the long skinny signs. I'm going to switch it from a horizontal sign just by removing the twine from the back. And we'll just make a new hanger to make this a vertical sign since we're doing a carrot sign. I kind of wanted it to be straight up and down with lots of fun textures. Very kind of farmhouse feel on this one. I just took some more twine, tied a knot, and missed with my staple gun. I do that a lot because I don't want to put my head in the shot so you guys don't have to look at my head. But then I'm going to tie another knot here on the other side, and I'm stapling through that thick frame so it staples through nicely for a quick little hanger. I love this one with like the ivory background and the wood frame, so that part's perfect. And the carrot doesn't necessarily fit down in there, but it does fit on the frame, so I think we can make it work. Now I wanted lots of texture on this one, so no painting of the actual carrot sign. We're going to be covering ours with burlap and greenery. Now, these are the synthetic burlap bags from the Dollar Tree. I love these things. They're great for crafting because as you can see, they kind of have a coating on the back Makes them super easy to cut down, no fraying. You can paint them, do whatever you want, and I want my carrot to be covered with that beautiful burlap texture. So just flipping it over, laying my carrot on the back, I just use an ink pen to draw on that plastic coating on that synthetic burlap. And it's not like a obnoxious like plastic coating on the back. You can still glue it and work with it and stuff like that with Mod Podge. And it's a pretty easy shape to cut out here. I'm just going to cut that burlap down to size. And as you can see, no fraying. My favorite burlap to craft with. And so I want to cover it. I do want to paint it like a carrot, but you know what? We can always do that after we've attached it. So I'm going to do a layer of Mod Podge all over the carrot part of the sign. A little bit medium thickness so that it can support the weight of the burlap fabric that we're adding to it. And I just lay that right on top. Since I do want to paint that right away, I am going to try to speed that up a little bit with a little bit of heat just to help that dry a little bit. So it's not like, you know, going all over the place when I try to paint it. But I like painted burlap. I think it turns out pretty cute. I didn't want anything bright orange. I kind of wanted more of a pastel orange. And so this is the color that I'm going to use. It's like Apricot by Apple Barrel. And I'm just using a brush and just regular acrylic paint. We are going to paint the burlap to make our carrot a nice orange color. Now, if you can see, it's kind of hard to see there. I do have a new thing I'm using for painting. These are called palette paper, and it makes your paint stay wet, makes cleanup easier. I have included them under the paint in my Amazon shop down below if you want to check them out. I think it was like $10 with free shipping, and you get like 200 pieces of it. So I thought I would try them out. I'm liking them so far. So once I get that painted and dried, I'm going to use like a little bit lighter color. I have like a soft orange Posca paint pen to kind of add a little bit of stripes, kind of alternating the sides, just a little bit of a subtle detail, and a lighter color, kind of a peachy color. And I thought that would just add a little bit more interest to the carrot. Now for the greenery, I want to use lamb's ear. This is the lamb's ear from Dollar Tree. I love it, and I thought this would be a really fun, fuzzy, like leaf texture for the carrot. So I'm just going to pull the leaves off this. Some of the bigger ones just slide right off. You don't have to do anything but pull. And I'm going to kind of size them according to the greenery here on the carrot to kind of cover it all up. So I'm going to glue this larger one here on this like left leaf. And then kind of space these out. I kind of want them kind of going every direction. And I'm going to kind of cut this first row down to size to make sure everything is rather flat so I can kind of build it out a little bit and make it look like a batch of lamb's ear at the top of the carrot. And I'm so glad I chose this kind of greenery. I think it turned out really cute. So again, I'm using kind of the larger pieces here to cover the wood parts of the sign. It's going to cover most of it and just kind of gluing it flat. So a total of like 5 of the larger leaves. And then I kind of cut them so everything will kind of fit nice and snug, hot gluing to each other. And then I can use some of the smaller and medium-sized leaves here to kind of build it out a little bit, give it a little bit more character. I don't really want any of the stems on any of them, cutting that off. Just want the leaves and kind of piling them by size with like some of the smaller ones here on top. And going both directions, just like the ones on the back. I'm going to keep building that out till I get down to the burlap sign and just add a few more pieces until I'm happy with it. Isn't it looking cute so far? I really like this, and it was such an easy little carrot sign to make, and partnering that with the other Dollar Tree sign, it's going to give it a lot of character. So I think that looks nice and full. And pretty good. There is a little bit of variation in color. I love the little fuzzy leaves. And then I thought just a little cute like little bow with twine would be cute where the greenery comes together with the burlap. So I just tied off a simple little bow. Nothing crazy. I'm just going to hot glue that right there where it all kind of comes together. Super cute. Now, the long sign that we prepared before to make a vertical sign doesn't need anything. I love the colors and stuff. It's just a matter of finding a way to glue this to it since it doesn't fit down inside the frame completely. I have some of the wooden dominoes. I wish they still carried these in the toy aisle at Dollar Tree. I haven't seen them forever, but they're great for crafting for like things like this where you just need a little bit of wood. And two of the dominoes work perfectly for the sides of the frame to kind of boost this up to give me something more substantial to glue this to than just the edges. So I'm going to glue where it goes off to the side there at the very top and there towards the bottom where I have the little wood dominoes. And just glue that in place. You could really use anything for a spacer, but I love using wood when I can. Just making sure everything is glued down tight and everything's going to stay in place. Now I felt like you couldn't really see the lines too well, so I am going in here with another coat for this paint pen to draw that detail back in. It seemed like a lot of it kind of blended together with the paint color that was already on there, just to kind of make that look a little bit more pronounced. And I did leave a little bit of room at the bottom part of the sign where we can put something that kind of looks like dirt, like for a carrot, like growing up, is what I was kind of thinking with that. So for the dirt, I don't actually want to use soil on a vertical sign like this. I'm using some of that brown floral moss again, and I'm just going to hot glue it down. You could also do this with Spanish moss. I think that would look good too. This is a little bit easier to work with though. It's not quite as crazy as the Spanish moss, not quite as thick either. And I'm just gluing that to the bottom. I just want it to look like the very bottom of the carrot is kind of buried in dirt. And what this is doing also is just adding another texture to the sign and giving it a little bit more character. I kind of had a split corner on my sign, and so I might as well take advantage of having the moss down here is to kind of like make it kind of go over the bottom too. And since I did it in that one corner, I'm going to kind of do that a little bit all the way across just so it's not super obvious that I was trying to cover that corner. But you could always kind of keep it in frame if you wanted. But just another little fun touch to this, since I already have the greenery, have the carrot vibe, might as well give it a little bit more of a garden vibe. And this would look cute like anywhere for Easter, especially next to like a little Easter bunny or like that bunny that we just crafted. And this is how it turned out. I think it's super cute. I think it's definitely kind of got like a farmhouse vibe. I love the soft colors, and the orange is not too obnoxious. But look how cute the lamb's ear looks as the greenery for that. I had never really thought, I don't think I've ever used that for greenery for a carrot, but I like it. It's fun and it's creative. And you can see all the great textures with the burlap fabric, the floral moss, and such like that. Just a really cute, easy Easter sign for your decor. Okay, the next item is one of the little chunky wood chicks from the Dollar Tree. Some of you guys were asking for chick DIYs, so I thought I'd see what I could do. I designed these two printables. One is a yellow and white gingham, and one's an orange tie-dye, and one is a little eye for the chick if you're doing the chick itself. So I will share a link to these printables in the description below this video so you can recreate. I'm going to go ahead and lay my little chick on the yellow and white gingham paper. I printed mine out on cardstock. I love working with cardstock. And I just traced out the shape of the bunny. We're going to go ahead and cover the entire bunny with the yellow and white gingham, and then go back with the orange like kind of tie-dye for the little chick beak and feet. And then we can also add the eye. I did the eye kind of on the same printable, so you can kind of print that all out on one sheet. But I covered like almost the whole page with the yellow and white gingham. So it's not a super intricate shape. Luckily, there's no holes or anything to cut out, so I can kind of cut that down. And I love gingham for Easter, especially pastels. I have some more DIYs coming up later in this video with the gingham too. So we're simply going to Mod Podge this to the front. For these little chunky creatures, they also have bunnies, eggs, and carrots. I think I've DIY'd everything. all four of them. I love them. They're so cute. They stand alone too, or you can add them to other things. Once I get the Mod Podge on there, I'm just going to use a dry paper towel to push my cardstock on there, making sure I have it lined up fairly well. I don't have like a lot of paper sticking over the edges. I want to make sure all of the edges are secure and nothing is peeling up or anything like that. But at the same time, I want to keep everything dry at that point while I'm working with it. I used a little heat to speed it up and then another coat of Mod Podge on top to seal it, to make sure that nothing gets on it, discolors it, makes it more of a finished product. Now for the beak, I'm just going to lay our little beak on the orange. I wanted to kind of give it a little bit of character too. That's why I kind of did this like watercolor looking orange print. And we're just going to cut out a triangle for the beak. Since I kind of sketched it on there, I know exactly how big I need it to be. Lay it on there and kind of curve it a little bit to make a cute little beak. I did want to add a few orange little touches here. I thought that'd be really cute. Add a few more details like the little chick eye, or you could always just leave it as a silhouette with the yellow and white gingham. That would be cute too. Since this is just cardstock paper too, I can just Mod Podge on top of the cardstock we already have and Mod Podge the beak on top, and I'm going to go ahead and seal that while I'm at it. That's one good thing about working with cardstock, is that you really don't have to wait until it dries to do the top coat. Then for the little feet of the chick, I'm going to do the same thing just by laying the feet on there and tracing it out. I can just cut out. It's a pretty simple piece here that'll cover the little feet of the chick. And we can just Mod Podge that over the top of the yellow and white gingham that we already have on there. Super easy. I've painted these. I've covered these with the cardstock. I think covering them with cardstock is one of my favorite things to do with them, because you can get really fun designs and textures and stuff like this with them. It just turns out so cute. So I just Mod Podge the little feet on there. The orange details I think really give this guy a lot of character. I'm going to go ahead and seal that as well with a little bit more Mod Podge. And the only thing we really have left is the little eye. I did a little cartoon eye, super cute. I did it to scale of how big I thought the little chick would need a little eye. I want to do a little cartoon eye. That'd be cuter than anything I could just paint on there. So I'm just going to cut that down to size and basically just Mod Podge that right there where I think the little chick eye would go. And another thin coat of Mod Podge over the top to seal everything down. And that's really all there is to it for this guy. His neck is a little wide, so I didn't really want to tie anything around his neck or anything like that. But I think he turned out really cute. Maybe a little bow could be cute on him as well, but I kind of liked the simplicity of him. He's nice and chunky. He stands on his own like this. And I love the yellow and white gingham. I think it really gives him a lot of character. What do you guys think about this Dollar Tree DIY? And don't forget, I do include a link to a free printable for all these designs that we printed out in today's video. We're going to have some more coming up too, so that you can recreate. Hey guys, I wanted to take a quick moment out of today's video and let you know about memberships. For $4.99 a month, you can get early ad-free access to my videos here on YouTube. And it's a quick, easy way for you to support me here on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Okay, have you guys seen these carrots at Dollar Tree? Only a couple of my Dollar Trees carry these. They're like in with their fake food section in home decor and kind of across from florals in mine. But I picked up 5 of these carrots and they're plastic. They have the greenery on them. They have a texture on them like a real carrot. And I thought we could put like these together in one of these like little wood crates from the Dollar Tree to do a little carrot patch. A very easy little carrot patch with some realistic looking carrots. Now, I think I've had this little bin for a while because it's kind of broken. But I want to stain it and I don't want the hot glue to get in the way, so I'm going to glue it after I stain it. For the stain, I'm just using Antique Wax by Waverly and just using a little bit on there. And then I'm going to go over that with a baby wipe to kind of get in all of the little grooves and to lighten the stain a little bit. I don't want it to be too dark. And I'm going to do that on all 4 sides of the crate. And then I'm also going to do it like on the top and the very inside edge where you can kind of see in it a little bit. But otherwise, I'm not going to do the inside of the crate because you're not really going to be able to see it. Just kind of anywhere that is visible. And then I want to attach a little word to the front, so I'm going to use one of those little hop words. I thought that would fit on there perfectly from the Dollar Tree, and kind of paint that like a pastel color too to provide a little box, and we can stand all these carrots in it like they're kind of growing straight up like in a garden. They kind of look realistic, the carrots. They also kind of look a little bit like toys. I'm going to add a few more details to mine to try to make them look a little bit more realistic, but I think they're cute and they're a nice size too. So once I get that all stained, I'm going to go ahead and start to dry that, then fix my broken corner here with some hot glue. I definitely have learned my lesson there. Definitely don't hot glue stuff like that first, because then, the stain's definitely not going to adhere to it. So that looks pretty good so far. I just need to attach that hopper to the front. So just picking my favorite size. You get 2 of these in a package. I'm thinking maybe, oh no, there was 3. I think I used one of these last year as well. I'm going to do a pastel blue. This is Apple Barrel Cloudless. And I haven't been able to find the makeup sponges at Dollar Tree lately. So I'm using stencil daubers. Those work great as well. But they're definitely more expensive than the makeup sponges. I hope they get more in stock. Just 1 coat of paint on that raw wood is really all I need. I'm not going to do any details or anything like that. I just kind of wanted a little pastel word to add to the front. You could also use like a paint pen and spell out like carrot patch or something like that in like a print font. That would be super cute too. And I just hot glued that to the front. It's a perfect size for that little wood crate. And I think it's going to be plenty large enough to add all the carrots. I do want to add a little bit of color variety to them though. They are bright orange. This is pumpkin color. It's kind of a close orange color to it, but I'm just using one of those little chunky brushes from the Dollar Tree and just kind of distressing in one direction just to add a tiny bit of variety in color to kind of make them look a little bit more realistic. If you wanted to, you could always go in all of those little grooves with like a paint pen. That might give you more obvious color variation, but this was just a quick, easy way to kind of distress them and add just another color. Just because the plastic's all one color of orange makes them look a little bit less realistic when everything's the same color. So as you can see, just a little bit of variation in color. I do like the greenery on them though. I think that's super cute. I don't have to do anything to that. Now I do want them to stand straight up. They are large carrots, so I don't really need to use any foam or anything like that. I'm just going to hot glue 1 to the center here in the back. I wanted to do an odd number, so I'm going to do 3 in the back, 2 in the front. And I'm just using hot glue directly on the bottom of the crate and standing those up. Now this does require a little bit of patience because you have to let the hot glue harden up so that they can kind of stand up on their own. Because I don't really want them leaning against the edges or anything like that. I want everything kind of growing straight up in my little carrot patch. So I'm going to do the same thing here in the front, 2, kind of centering those in between the ones there in the back. And again, I don't need to use any foam or anything because these carrots are so large. They really do a nice size on their own. Now I do want to weigh down the bottom and kind of fill it up a little bit. So again, I'm going to be using some pebbles. I just have lots of these blue pebbles. I love to craft with these, but I thought these would make a good filler here. It's going to kind of help the carrot stay straight up and down. It's also going to fill up space so I don't have to use quite as much floral moss for like the dirt that I'm going to use around the side of the carrot. So you're not going to be able to see any of these blue pebbles. This is just kind of weigh it all down so it's not top heavy and fill up the extra space. And it really helps separate them all, make sure they're all standing up. This is what it looks like so far. and then we can fill the rest of it in. Now there are holes on the side where there's like little handle holes, so I didn't want to use dirt or anything like that because it would kind of come out the sides, but the brown floral moss will work perfect for that. I can kind of put it in between the carrots and the sides of the crate, in between the carrots, and it looks nice and decorative. It looks like, mulch in a garden. But it is messy, so definitely put something down when you're crafting with this stuff. You kind of get just like a powder there at the end. This is how it turned out, our little carrot patch. I think it's super cute. And I love these carrots from the Dollar Tree. I've really been wanting to make something with these. They also have like apples and lemons and different stuff like that. If you can find them, I highly recommend them. As you can see, they're nice and big. They have a great texture on them. And they're super cute for Easter decor. A pretty substantial piece, a lot larger than that little carrot bunny bait that we did earlier. Now for this DIY, we're going to use some of the Easter shapes from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to use a chick, a carrot, and a bunny. And I made 3 printables to cover them with. Blue gingham for the bunny, orange gingham for the carrot, and yellow and white gingham for the chick. And then I'm going to use one of these Dollar Tree signs, just a plain 3-piece sign to make a long hanging sign for Easter. I thought these wood shapes would be the perfect size for that. Now, to make sure the paper doesn't adhere weird to the little hole in the hanger, I did go in and just fill them in with spackle to kind of give me a flat surface. But since we're covering them with paper, you don't really have to worry about that being perfect. So for the yellow and white gingham, these are all printables. I will include in the description below. The chick is the most intricate shape because there is a cutout between its legs, which made this one a little bit more difficult to cut out. But again, I printed mine out on cardstock just because it's easier to work with. And I love the pastel gingham. I thought the colors would be really complementary as well and kind of make sense. The orange gingham for the carrot, the yellow for the chick, and the blue can be for the bunny. That's fine. So I did have to kind of cut out that little center section and just cut off all my pencil marks on there from sketching that out. And just covering the whole thing with the gingham. They're nice and small. I'm not going to do any other colors. For the carrot, I did the same thing. I just laid it on there, sketched it out, cut out the carrot shape of the cardstock. And I used an orange and white gingham like this to cover one of the chunky carrots for my coffee bar. So this is going to complement that nicely. We're going to do the same thing for the bunny rabbit and the blue and white gingham. Just sketching it out with a pencil and just cutting it out. So you know what? You don't really need a Cricut for anything like this because you're kind of making it custom for what you've got. But you know what? If you didn't have the shapes, you could, I guess, always cut the cardstock out on your Cricut if you wanted. And I'm just going to Mod Podge the cardstock to the front of each one. I start there with the bunny rabbit. I did a pretty good job of cutting these out and everything fits nicely. We're going to do the yellow and white gingham here on the chick. And that hanging sign has like white slatted signs that are going to be super cute for a background for these. Just something really simple. We're going to do the same thing for the carrot with the orange and white gingham. And I Mod Podged everything down. Now that I have it all secure, I can go over the top with more Mod Podge, seal them all down just for a little bit more durability. And now it's time to put it together. This sign was so easy to make. Let's do the bunny on top, the carrot in the middle, and the chick on the other side. I did have the bunny and the chick like facing opposite directions for a little bit of variety. And we're just going to simply hot glue those down. As you can see, those shapes are the perfect size for the size sign. And I really encourage Dollar Tree to make more blank signs like this. It just makes crafting so much easier. And that's it. I kind of like the simplicity of it. I was thinking about framing it out, but I kind of love it just as is. So let me show you how that turned out. Our little gingham Easter shaped sign for Easter. Super fun. The printables that I designed almost look like fabric. They kind of give you that vibe of gingham fabric on them. And I love those colors together. Isn't that so cute? I think it's really charming. Hey guys, I wanted to let you guys know about my new website, craftybeach.net. It's going to be your one-stop shop for all of my DIYs, and let me give you a little tour around. So basically, I'm going to have like a blog post for each one of my videos. And if you click on it, it's going to go in. I have all of the pictures of all of my DIYs, which you can just use the little pin it button and pin the projects on your Pinterest board for later. You can even go in and watch my YouTube videos right there. And I'm going to have it set up by season. I also have a link to my Amazon shop. So a really quick way to get there. And I also have a link to my Etsy store so you can see all of my fun printables and crafting memes. So be sure to check it out at craftybeach.net. Now back to the DIYs. I'm going to use just a metal single wreath form from the Dollar Tree. This is the one that's like in like the 3D pack that's got like some extra little parts on it, but they're easy enough to pull off with like a pair of pliers. I thought like the individual wire wreath form would be better for this because I want to wrap it with Dollar Tree garland, and I don't want to have to worry about covering like one of the 3 or 4 metal ring ones. I thought this would be a little bit simpler. And I'm just going to leave that one on there. I thought about making it into a hanger, but once you start wrapping it, you kind of lose that. I wanted to do the egg shape, but I couldn't find the egg shape at my Dollar Tree. But you know, I guess you could always bend it like an egg shape. I ended up doing it round. But I want to combine this garland from the Dollar Tree and, of course, those little string carrots from the Dollar Tree to make a really cute little Easter wreath. I don't think I've ever used this specific garland from the Dollar Tree before, but it was really nice. The greenery is like wrapped around this like brown wrapped wire, and so it's very moldable and stuff like that, but it looks nice too. And I'm going to use that to kind of disguise the wire of the wreath form. Now for the first row, as you can see, it's not super long, it's 4 foot, and this is a large wreath form. I'm going to be making a big wreath here. I'm going to just start here at one end, just wrapping that wire around. But I thought I could do zip ties on the first row just because you're not going to be able to see them once I get good coverage on everything else. So I am just going to use some zip ties here, like about every 1/4 of the way around, just to provide a good base and to make sure that kind of stays on the front of the wire and doesn't like slip to the back. This wasn't my first choice for like greenery for a carrot wreath, but I kind of like the fact that it's like green and white leaves. I think it looks really cool in the end. So that's how much coverage one of those garlands will get you. I'm going to use a total of 5 today, but you could probably get away with 3 if that's all you could find. So I'm just going to start just to kind of in a random place. Every time I kind of switched it up a little bit. And just wrap it around and wrap it around what we have. I want to just keep building it out and trying to make it like a more substantial wreath. I want it to be really full. But as you can see, it kind of looks cool like that too. If you're going to use maybe a little bit less greenery, you could probably get away with it. I went ahead and picked up 5, and I wasn't going to use that many, but once I kept adding these, it got a little uneven, and so then I went back and I had to use the 5th one to make sure that, you know, the greenery is kind of even, and then I can just scatter those little string carrots all the way around. And I was really kind of impressed with this. Sometimes the garland and stuff like that from the Dollar Tree is kind of cheap and falls apart a lot, but this one was actually pretty good. So that's what it looks like after 3. That's why I was saying you could probably get away with 3 because that looks pretty good. But you know what? I bought the garland for this project, so I might as well use it all. So I'm just going to wrap these second 2 garlands around and we'll have a nice full wreath here. I really like those string carrots. I think they're always so fun to decorate with, and I don't think I've ever made an Easter wreath with them before, so this was a fun little challenge. All of the DIYs today are going to be really super whimsical and fun. I had a lot of fun putting these together. Lots of carrots and rabbits and jelly beans and flowers, all kinds of fun ideas, and eggs and stuff like that. So this is my last and final one. This one was kind of sewn together. Makes me wonder why. Um, and this is just going to get wrapped around just like all the other ones. And I wasn't going to use this one, and then I really just kind of needed to even it out. So that is why we're doing a garland number 5. But as you can see, in the end, it looks pretty cool because like that brown wire like kind of looks like grapevine, like it's like braided together. So it gave me like a really cool effect. Now it's time for the little string carrots. I am just going to hot glue those and just scatter those out all the way around the wreath. Just trying to keep my spacing kind of even, and I thought it would look best if I kind of just did them all in the same direction all the way around the wreath form. We're also going to add a bunny touch to this wreath at the very end, and I think that made it really cute. I'm going to dangle him down inside the carrot wreath, and I was really impressed with how well this turned out. I will definitely keep this Dollar Tree garland in mind for wreaths in the future. Just make sure that you pick up quite a bit when you see it in the stores, because 4 feet does not get you very far with these. The carrots, though, are a great value. You can get these in a bag, like loose like this. You can also get them like on the garland and like the twine and just take them off. But look how cute the greenery looks combined with the carrots. It really made it look fun and festive for Easter. So I think that looks pretty good. Now just time for the bunny rabbit. I'm going to use a Dollar Tree sign. And I want to kind of just dangle it down inside, but I just want to use like the bunny head. I thought that would be a little bit less colorful and kind of go with the vibe of that sign. And it's painted really nice. It's got glitter on its ears, but otherwise I really like the little bunny face. I think it's super cute. So I'm just going to use a little heat here to remove his ribbon. And then these Dollar Tree signs are, totally thin enough that you can cut these with just a razor blade. You don't need to use a saw or anything like that. Just go through it a couple of times and it should break right off. So once I got the bow out of the way, I was able to just, cut it right along his little bunny chin here. Do bunnies have chins? And I think I had to cut it like 3 times to get a good cut, and then just bend it back. And then you just have a little bit of that like pressed wood to snip off. He's already got hangers through his ears, which will come in handy because I can use that part to hang on the wreath form. I'm just going to use my sanding block to kind of even up my cut there at the bottom and make it look a little bit more round. And then I'm going to remove the hanger here because it's not quite long enough, and I'm just going to replace that with some twine, and I can tie each bunny ear individually to the wreath form, and it turned out really well. So just make sure that you're tying him up fairly even so he dangles down right. But isn't that so cute? I really loved how this Easter wreath turned out. Hopefully you like it too. I love DIYing and decorating for Easter. It is definitely one of my favorite holidays. And, you can use the wreath form to hang it, or you can just attach some twine to that to hang your wreath up. But I absolutely love how it turned out. It's nice and big for a Dollar Tree wreath. And this is a little close-up shot of our carrot and greenery Easter wreath with the little bunny rabbit hanging down inside. Isn't he so cute? I think it's really fun. I guess you could always kind of bend it if you want the egg shape as well to do it on a single ring like that. Now for the next DIY, we're going to be using just a jar I found at the Dollar Tree. I made sure it had a little round top on the top of it, a little handle. And then I'm going to use one of their little tinsel bunny rabbits and one of the little kind of straw hats they have at the Dollar Tree. And I thought I could put this all together with the carrots and make a really cute little jar. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to first remove all of the tinsel from the bunny rabbit, And that's going to give us a great like little plastic cage. And I was thinking, I've seen people like wrap these with twine, and it looks cute, but it kind of takes forever. I've done it with rope before, which is a little bit less time consuming than the twine, I'm sure. But I thought maybe we could wrap it with the material that the sun hat is made out of. They also have little Easter purses that are made out of that same material, but I think it kind of looks like a faux seagrass. So once I got all of the tinsel off, the cage kind of comes apart, but I'm just going to pop it back together. It was a little loose though. I was thinking about hot gluing it back together, but I've actually had that kind of fail when I've tried to do that on these. So what I'm going to do is just zip tie it. I thought that would probably be the easiest way. I'm just going to like zip tie it like in 3 different places and kind of bend that into the inside so it doesn't really get in the way. This has lots of little pegs, plastic pegs sticking out of the side, which actually really came in handy with wrapping it with the hat. So to unwind it, it's so easy. All you have to do is get like a few strings here loose, and then all you got to do is pull it. It's sewn with like a plastic thread, and so it breaks really easily. I'm just going to go ahead and unwind like the brim of the hat. I ended up having lots of this left over, so I'll have to save that for another DIY. I thought we would start with the head first. It's going to probably be the most challenging part. I'm just going to start here right underneath the bunny ears and start by attaching it with a little bit of hot glue going all the way over to the edge. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do like this kind of weird shape with this. I had to do a few little tricks to it to get it to work, but it turned out really cute. So I'm winding it around and I'm just overlapping it by a little bit just so I don't have any gaps. I don't really want to be able to see the plastic cage in the end. And those tabs on the side definitely came in handy since this kind of has holes in it. You can kind of really get a tight fit. And it was pretty easy until I got to this part where you kind of have to start hot gluing it on because it's just going to slide right off because of that weird angle. So I'm just hot gluing it to get started. And then I'm just going to keep going. Even though it's not very tight here, I can always tighten that up with hot glue. So I just cut it and I'm going to kind of end it here on the back. I do have a front and a back on this, but honestly, they look pretty similar. I'm just going to use my tighter side for the front. And I just hot glued the corners together so that I can cool that off and trim off that excess material. It's going to give me that oval shape for the bunny head. What we're going to do with this bunny is attach it actually to the jar, and we're going to fill the jar with carrots. It'd be really cute to fill with candy as well, but this turned out so fun. So once I trimmed this down to size, I made sure to hot glue it back to the cage again there so it's nice and tight at the bottom. And then I'm going to do the same thing at the other side. Once the hot glue kind of dries, you can just kind of cut it, kind of manipulate it however you want. Want to make sure everything is still overlapping here. And that part of the bunny is complete. And then we can just tighten it up here at the top. It wasn't quite as bad, but what I did was just glue it together like I did at the bottom. And then I can just trim off the like little corners that are sticking out that look a little bit jagged. And good news, we were able to do that. I think the ears are going to be a little bit easier. So again, I'm going to use this material. I'm just going to start here on the back of one of the bottom of the ears and attach with hot glue. And this was super easy. All you have to do is wrap around, really taking advantage of all those little pegs sticking out to catch it. Then when I get to the end, it gets a little bit tricky there at the end. So what I did was just glue it all together, just like we did at the other areas. And once that hot glue sets up, we can just trim that down into the rounded shape that should be the top of the bunny ear. And I'm glad that I tried to do this technique on this. I was a little bit scared of it, but it actually turned out really cute. And it's just something a little bit different than, using twine or rope. And it actually kind of really went with the DIY well. So for the other ear, I just do the same exact thing. Glue it, wrap it all the way up, glue it to itself and to the cage here at the very end. And I'm not really going to add like any like decorations to him, no like face or bows on his ears or anything. I do a bow underneath of him in the final project, but I kind of like the simplicity of just the silhouette. So that is set up pretty good. So now I can go in there and just trim that down to size. And it was a success. This was such a fun DIY to do. I found a couple different jars at Dollar Tree that have like the little knob lids on it. I kind of wanted a clear glass one that you could see through. This one kind of has stripes on it, but it's still pretty see-through. So that is the hole, and it fits perfectly on this to attach it to the jar. Isn't that fun? And then I wanted to fill it up with some of those little tiny carrots from the Dollar Tree. These are so cute. And even though there's lines on the jar, I think you can definitely tell that they're carrots inside. But again, you could put jelly beans in there, any kind of candy. That would be super cute as well. So here it is, our little seagrass bunny jar. I thought it needed a little bit of decoration from just the glass. So I'm going to use some of the carrot ribbon from Dollar Tree. Look how cute this is. It's kind of like a burlap background. And we're just going to wrap that around right underneath the bunny. And just tie a simple little bow here just to finish dressing him up. And this was such a fun, creative DIY. I really enjoyed it and definitely something different. So I just tied it and adjusted till I kind of got it tight and even and trimmed off my tails. And this is how it turned out. Isn't that so cute? I never had thought about putting one of those bunny rabbits on something like that, but the hole in the bottom of it just made it perfect for that. You just have to find a jar with one of the like little knobby handles. There's one with a metal top too that I think would work, but the glass one was just perfect. And see all the little carrots inside? Isn't that so cute? And that carrot ribbon is adorable as well. I hope you're enjoying today's video. If you are, be sure to hit that like button. It always helps my videos to do better. And don't forget to subscribe. We hit 30,000 subscribers, so now let's say 40,000 subscribers. Dream big, right? Okay, for the next DIY, we're going to be doing a bunny head wreath. So I have a bunny head wreath form from the Dollar Tree, and then I found some of this floral egg garland at Dollar Tree Plus for $3. The reason I wanted this, it's nice and long. It's got the flowers, the eggs, the greenery, all of it attached, and I thought it would make a really easy wreath. Now, it probably wasn't as easy as I first thought it would be, but I'll show you how I kind of problem solved. It's on like a plastic chain, which is kind of unusual, but I thought zip ties would work. I'm going to use some of these zip ties from the Dollar Tree, from the hardware section. I'm just going to make sure to use the black ones so it'll kind of match in with the wreath form. And I think there's plenty on here to go all the way around the face of the bunny and even do the ears as well. So I just start with that chain, and it's kind of better to be able to zip tie to the crossbars. I'm doing the center wire on this one. Since it's so big and fluffy, I think it's not going to have any problem covering everything else. Each one of these pieces has like a leaf on it or a flower or an egg. And so I'm just kind of laying them out side by side, kind of see what we're going to get and zip tying that on. Normally I would zip tie from the back, but I kind of want to see what's going on here at the front so that I can adjust and stuff like that. So every so often and anytime I kind of get to a crossbar, I'm going to try to zip tie that because I definitely want that round shape for the bunny head. Now, I thought about doing something different for the ears, but I had plenty of greenery for that, so I will show you how I was able to make that work because it's a little thick for the ear parts, right? And so again, just making sure that, everything is on there. I'm kind of inventorying the leaves because sometimes they fall off and stuff like that. You can always grab some from the end, kind of replace them. But some of them also have like these little double flowers on them. And I found that I could kind of wrap those around the bars a little bit if I needed to, if they were sticking out a little too far on the sides and not really staying with the shape of the wreath. I really wanted to try to keep the shape on this as much as I can. And these little bunny head wreath forms are not super big. I'm actually going to use this as like wall decor in my house. I'm not sure how well this garland would hold up outside. It kind of seemed like, some of the leaves wanted to fall off a lot. And I'm not sure how durable like the eggs and stuff are going to be on there, but it was a lot of kind of messing with it and rearranging it to get it exactly how I wanted it. Now, once I get this looking pretty good and full, I don't want it to be able to see the wreath form. We can start on the bunny ears. They are really close together, and in the end, I kind of had to like bend them apart from each other so you could kind of see the shape of the bunny head because it was a little hard to see there for a minute. But this is how much I have left. I think it's going to be the perfect amount. I just cut it in half so I know exactly how much I have to work with. And then I can just wrap that around the bunny ear. Since this is like way thicker than I need for up here, I'm going to make sure all of the greenery and flowers go inside the bunny ears to make it kind of like full instead of just like an outline. That was how I kind of solved that. But you know what? You could always use wood beads or other things for the ears as well. But I thought I have the garland, I might as well try to use it. I think it's really pretty. I just wish it was a little bit more durable. But even for $3, it was still a pretty good deal. Now, there's not a whole lot of Easter eggs on this, and so they kind of end up in some really kind of random places. And you can always kind of pull these things off and rearrange. And I will do that here in a minute. I ended up moving all of the eggs down to the bottom part. It just kind of made more sense in the end. And time for the other bunny ear. Again, just kind of zip tying that chain wherever I can get it. I don't know why it was really on a plastic chain like this. I don't really enjoy working with it. I guess it does make it super flexible and stuff like that, but for a project like this, it was kind of a little bit odd to work with. But again, just zip tying everywhere where I kind of really think that you're going to need one to make it keep that shape, and then just arranging it to make it look better. I had to really speed it up because it was a little time consuming. All the little tweaks and arranging and moving things around that I had to do to really kind of shape it. When I first asked my husband, I said, "Does this look like a bunny head?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh man, I was struggling with this one." But as you can see, I just pulled off one of the Easter eggs. And there's only 3 of them in total. So I'm just going to kind of scatter those around the round part of the bunny face. And then just do flowers for everywhere else. And I just kind of want them, I would still want them there. I think they're cute, but just a little bit of arranging here and there because my husband told me it didn't look like a bunny head, right? And you can see how I kind of bit the bunny ears away from each other a little bit. And that did help it get that bunny head shape. But I think it turned out really cute in the end. Definitely wasn't as easy as a DIY as I thought it was going to be when I imagined it in my head. But there it is, our little floral Easter bunny wreath. I think it's really cute. I mean, I guess it's a lot easier, than doing the greenery, the flowers, and the eggs and all that stuff individually. But I don't think I would use this DIY outside because I don't know how well it would hold up. But it's pretty cute, isn't it? A little bunny head wreath. Just another fun DIY for those little wreath forms. Now for the next DIY, I thought we would do a vase of jelly beans. So we're just going to use one of the large mason jars from the Dollar Tree. I don't really like the screw cap on there that you can see. So I thought we would add a little Easter touch with some of this chick trim, and then do some springy flowers inside. And I want the vase to look like it's filled with jelly beans. So I'm just going to wrap that little chick trim all the way around. Isn't that so cute? I thought that would go really well with these yellow flowers, the daffodils that I picked up from Dollar Tree. I picked up 2 bunches of those. And this is one of the larger mason jars, so it's pretty big. These are also from Dollar Tree, the jelly beans. I ended up using like 2.5 bags of those. And I'm also going to use a paper towel holder that you see there, so I don't have to fill the entire thing up with jelly beans. That can kind of act as like a vase within a vase, because I couldn't really find anything that would kind of fit in a mason jar for that purpose. Actually turned out really well. I wasn't sure what to do with the leaves on this. They're really stringy and like frayed. I wasn't too impressed with that, but I think 2 bunches is going to be plenty for that large size mason jar. I'm really glad Dollar Tree is carrying like the larger mason jars. Makes it a little bit more versatile. So I'm just going to cut these to make them a little bit shorter. I do end up cutting them down a little bit in the end, because I actually wanted them to be even shorter. But I'm just going to go ahead and measure the little paper towel holder here. And then I'm just going to cut it off. As you can see, that's going to like just have all that kind of like dummy space in the center of it. And I can fill the jelly beans all around the outside. That way I don't have to use quite as many, but I did still need to use a lot. Now, at first it was a little tricky trying to get the jelly beans in here, but eventually I did find a good system. If I am going to block off the little paper towel holder with my fingers, then I can just slide the jelly beans on the side, because I'm trying to prevent them from going in the paper towel holder, because that kind of defeats the purpose. And then I kind of shake them to the other side so I can kind of keep everything the same. That is how far one package of the jelly beans got me, so you can kind of see a little bit how big that jar is. But you could do this with any kind of Dollar Tree vase or anything like that. But I definitely recommend putting something in the middle so you don't have to, use that many jelly beans. Now, I thought these jelly beans were really colorful and fun. I thought they would look really good with the yellow flowers, and it would just be super whimsical and fun for Easter. So here is the second bag. The second bag almost did it, but not quite. And I don't want you to be able to see any of the paper towel holder, so I am going to have to open up a third bag, but you can kind of see how it looks so far. I guess you could always use a toilet paper holder in there as well. If you wanted to, it would probably be about the same size. So again, just trying to block the hole in there. This part got a little tricky because there wasn't a lot of room to fit these in there. So I just kind of started sliding them in one by one to fill it all the way up to where you won't be able to see the paper towel holder in the middle. And as you can see, I did get a few casualties inside there, but all in all, I did pretty good. Isn't that so cute? I love decorating with candy. For Valentine's Day, I did like the conversation heart, so jelly beans are definitely something that reminds me of Easter. Now for the flowers, I tried it at first with the greenery on them, but I really did not like the greenery on this one just because it was so stringy, and I was like, at first I started to try to trim them, but then I was like, you know what, this doesn't really need greenery at all. I really just want those beautiful yellow flowers. And so what I'm going to do is just pull the flowers off on all of these, remove the greenery, and just save the flowers, and I like it better that way. It was just a little bit of extra work, but how springy are those flowers? I grew up in the Midwest, and whenever these flowers would bloom in the spring, it always told me that Easter was near. Definitely really beautiful. You can use fresh flowers as well if you've got them. Definitely wouldn't last too long though, unless you were able to figure out some way to do some water in there, I guess. So that looks pretty good. I am much happier with those. And anytime you need to kind of iron out your flowers to make sure they are standing up, if you have a heat gun, works really great for that. So I'm just going to give it a quick blowout to make sure all the flowers are nice and open. And the little jelly bean vase is super cute. It's kind of hard to show you at this angle because I didn't want all of my jelly beans to come out. But here is a closer view of our little jelly bean jar filled with yellow spring flowers. And I love the little chick trim. It's so cute. And it goes with those yellow jelly beans and the yellow flowers. Okay, the next DIY, I'm going to try something with one of these little macrame hangers. It says it's a towel or tissue holder. But I thought it was really cute because it's got like the little wooden ring. It's got like the macrame cord, the dowel, and even some string hanging off of it. And I thought we could do a fun like little Easter egg mobile to hang on the wall. These eggs I found at Dollar Tree are so cute. Look at the pastel colors. I did have a couple busted ones in mine, but they only had so many packages. So you know what? I went ahead and bought them anyway. But only a few casualties out of those. But I love the polka dots and the stripes and the colors. I think they're so cute. And I thought we could do like a macrame Easter egg wall hanging. I thought that'd be really whimsical and fun. The hangers pop out pretty easily, and that leaves you with a hole on the top of a plastic egg. And they're all one-piece eggs, so you don't really have to worry about it popping apart or anything like that. Now, this comes out with 4 strings on this one. And I only really need 2 over there. So I was kind of trying to figure out what I was going to do with my extra 2. I decided to just kind of wrap those around the top and knot them off up there so I can kind of tie them off and kind of get that out of the way. I'm going to use the cord that's already on there, and then I'm going to add some more of the Dollar Tree macrame cord to kind of do like a little hanging pattern. I was thinking like wind chimes, but kind of wanted something to hang more in my house. And so I thought this would be a really fun way to use these little egg ornaments because I don't really have a tree or anything to put those on. Now, what I'm going to do is I cut the first macrame cord a little bit shorter here. This is going to be my end piece. I put a little hot glue inside the hole and then just glued the macrame cord, trying to kind of push it into the egg just a little bit. Really doesn't take much. These little plastic eggs from the Dollar Tree are very lightweight. I don't think it's going to take much to keep it on there. Mainly, I just want it glued to it. It doesn't really have to be in there too much. And then I left the other one the full length. So this one will be a little bit longer so we can kind of do a pattern where it is the longest in the center. And I kind of switched from polka dots to stripes on this one to kind of alternate my pattern. For the other side, I'm going to do the same exact thing. I had already tied it off at the top, so I just cut one shorter, the same as I did on the other side. And then I'm going to hot glue a little polka dot egg there. And this turned out so cute. You could also do this like on a larger scale, hang it in front of a window or something like that. That'd be really cute for Easter as well. And this one, back to the stripes for this longer one. Kind of trying to make this as symmetrical as I can. That cord did want to fray a little bit, but I kind of needed the length on it, so I kind of made it work. A little hot glue on that will definitely fix it. Now for the macrame cord in the middle, I'm actually going to have to add the cord because, again, this wasn't really a macrame wall hanging. I guess it's a towel holder or a tissue holder for your bathroom, but I kind of like it more for home decor. So I just loop a piece of macrame cord, and I am going to need 2 because I want to do kind of 2 rows on this one. So I'm just going to cut that off, make one shorter than the other, and then just pull it through the loop like that. Now they had theirs tied at the top too, so I don't really need to tie it, but just to kind of make it look a little bit better, I went ahead and kind of tied that off as well. So I want one of them to be like super long and one of them to be short. That way we can kind of do 3 rows of eggs is what I was thinking. And I want to kind of alternate the pattern. So like a row of polka dots, a row of stripes, and a row of polka dots again. So just figuring out which colors I wanted to use where. Just want it to look nice and random. And then just cut this twine down. Again, a little bit longer, hot gluing that twine inside. And I'm really glad I thought to do this DIY. I really love how it turned out. I love doing any kind of like mobiles and stuff like that to hang on the wall. I think they look really fun for the holidays. So there's the longer one. And remember, I had made this one a little bit shorter, but I'm going to measure, cut it off the same as the 2 on the side, and hot glue that here. Now, I thought it needed maybe a few more touches, so I was thinking, you know, we got Easter eggs, let's add some Easter bunnies to it. So these are the little wood Easter bunnies with the little pom-pom bunny tails from Dollar Tree. They're so cute. I thought I could like add them up here, like on that little wooden dowel, kind of fill in this space up here. Nothing very colorful or anything like that. It's going to kind of blend in well with the wood dowel. And I just kind of hot glue the feet of the bunny rabbit, one on each side. Just another little fun Easter touch to this, but really cute. I never really thought to macrame like Easter eggs before, but you know what? This hanger kind of inspired me. And how cute is that hanger? I absolutely love it. You never know what you're going to find at Dollar Tree. And this is how it turned out. I think it's really fun, and I hope you enjoyed this DIY. Okay, are you ready for another one? These little chunky wood shapes for Easter are so cute. I want to give you another idea for how you can decorate the little wooden bunny. I thought flowers would be beautiful, so I chose the smallest flowers I could find at Dollar Tree. Tweedia, hyacinth, pink and white I thought would complement each other nicely, and they're about the same size. So you know what? Let's cover this bunny rabbit with flowers. It's already got that beautiful like wood grain on there, so I don't really mind that showing through. You do have to trim the flowers down a little bit though, to make the stem of them short enough. But normally your flower is going to fall apart. So what I ended up doing on this was just making sure to glue that stem to the wood. Therefore, it kind of all stays together. So when I trim it off, I do leave a little bit of stem on there, enough to glue it down. And I thought we could alternate like pink and white and fill this out, make a little floral bunny. And it turned out so cute. It's not like a really crazy shape or anything, so I think it's going to be pretty easy to do that. So again, I just go like pink, white, pink, white, white, and I'm just going to keep doing that all the way up. Now on the Tweedia flowers, the ones at the very top have less petals, so you'll have to kind of keep that in mind. The white ones all seem like they were the same, and this was so easy to do, and it just turned out so cute and springy, and just a really fun way to decorate this. You could also do this with like the little wood chick, the wood carrot, the wood Easter egg. They have so many of these, and every time I see them at Dollar Tree in the Easter section, I want to pick one up because they're just so great for crafting. I was kind of inspired to make this piece. I used to have a bunny rabbit that was covered in flowers all over. It was very intricate, and whenever I would store it for Easter, it would always lose some flowers. So kind of gave me the idea to cover this with flowers, and I think it turned out really cute. So I'm just going to do both of the bunny ears, again, just alternating everywhere I can. And then maybe the small flower for the little bunny nose, because I didn't have a lot of room there. And really the only place I have left is like the little bunny paw sticking out there on the side. So one more flower and this is complete. And that's so cute. From the front, you can't really tell it was made out of wood at all. And I really love it. I think it's super sweet. Let me show you how it turned out. Just trying to make sure that I didn't have too much overlap of the flowers, so it still has that great bunny rabbit shape. And this is how it turned out. Our little floral Easter bunny. I love him. He's so fun. I was really going for fun on all of these Easter DIYs today, so hopefully that is coming through in this video. Isn't he cute? Love it. Okay, guys, I wanted to let you guys know that I have a private Facebook group. I always have it linked in my description below, and I would love it if you would join it. I also am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest, and my handle is Crafty Beach on YouTube. And I don't have graphics for it yet, but I have a website now, craftybeach.net, where you'll be able to find all of my DIYs. Okay, and the next DIY, we're going to use some of these sequin eggs. I picked up 2 packages of these at the Dollar Tree. And again, they're egg ornaments. And I'm like, what am I going to do with these? So I was inspired by the mobile. I thought, ooh, maybe I could do like an egg chandelier, hang it from my light fixture above like my dining table. And so we're going to try it. These are the bamboo rings from the Dollar Tree. The great thing is they come in 2 different sizes, which I'm going to need 2 different sizes, kind of one within another. And then I just need some skinny ribbon. This was the only one I had. It's kind of a bright pinkish orange, but you know what? It looks bright for Easter and spring. So let's try it. I am going to use the string to hang the eggs. I'm also going to use the string to hang it to my light fixture, and I'm also going to use it to like tie the rings together. So we're going to start with the large ring first. As you can see, it's going to take lots of ribbon because I need plenty to be able to tie it to my light fixture as well. So I am just double tying this, and I'm going to use this one. I thought it would be best to kind of just use the ribbon that's already on them, just kind of cutting that in half, and I can tie it to it. Then I thought, you know what, I'd better measure these because I'm going to want them to be hanging, you know, fairly symmetrical. And I thought we could do like a whole like chandelier, and the sequence next to the light fixture is going to make them shimmer. So I thought that'd be really cute. So about 5 inches on this one, I just tied a knot to kind of keep it on, and then used that existing ribbon that I cut in half just to tie that on there. I don't really like the way it looks at that point, so I thought it'd be really cute if I just made it look like little bows by gluing the tails back over themselves like that, and I think that looks really cute. Now, I have a total of 12 eggs. I ended up using, let's see, 10, I believe. And I went ahead and did 6 on this outer ring, which I ended up switching to 5. And I'll show you what I did with the extra one because my light fixture has 5 lights on it, so it kind of made sense to like only have 5. I don't know why I did 6. I guess because I had 6 different colors. But basically I'm doing the same thing on this one. I just knotted it off on the top, made a long tail, and tied it to it. Now, just a lot of tying and a lot of measuring on this one, but it actually turned out pretty well. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull this off, but I absolutely love it. So tying the knot in this part of the ribbon was definitely key because then when you tie this on with ribbon, it's going to keep it from sliding off. And I really like the idea of making them into little bows too. Just made it more festive. So I'm trying to like alternate colors too, like kind of going from like cool to warm colors to alternate it. And it doesn't really matter if you have them spaced out evenly because you can always kind of like slide it back and forth on the bamboo ring and get it even if you want to. But this is where I should have stopped with like the 5th one. But I do a 6th one. And what I did in the end was just take the 6th one off and tie it to the center of my light fixture so it's even lower than the rest of them, which kind of added to like the little chandelier effect. Now that one is done, we can start working on the inner ring. This one's a lot smaller, so I'm only going to do 4 on this one. And I'm going to do this where these will hang lower so it kind of cascades down. So instead of 5 inches, I think I did 7 inches on this one. So I just tying a knot at 7 inches. And then just kind of repeating the same pattern with these. These ornaments were pretty sturdy. I only had a couple of them. that the ribbon kind of wanted to fall out. So I just did not use those. And just kind of spacing these out. Now, it was kind of a lot of ribbon to kind of keep track of because on this one, I also tied a longer ribbon, and that's not to attach it to the light fixture. That is to tie it to the other ring. So lots of like strings to keep in place on this one. I'll kind of show you how I did it to kind of keep them all straight as well. But aren't these eggs so cute with the little sequins sewn on them? I really like any of the eggs that I don't really have to DIY myself. They're kind of ready to go and decorate with, and I couldn't pass them up. I just had to figure out some way to actually use them. So this is the last one on this one. We're going to tie this off, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to put it all together. So to get all of these strings out of the way, these are the ones I'm going to use to tie to the light fixture. I just kind of gathered those all together and tied that off so they wouldn't get in the way because I need to attach that inner ring inside. And I'm really glad that I chose to do it with 2 different rings. It really gave it a fun cascading effect. So I'm just going to do a loose little knot here with those to make sure those don't get tangled. I don't get confused by what's what. And then we're just going to tie this ring on. This part was a little bit tricky, trying to get it even, but it's just a matter of tying 2 knots, just like we did before, and just trying to keep like that ring kind of centered. It is going to hang down a little bit more in the center, but kind of added to the effect I was going for. You could also hang this like on your front porch or something like that for an outdoor Easter decoration. I think it would be really cute. I think it would hold up pretty well too. Now it is just a matter of going and getting this tied to my light fixture and seeing if we pulled it off. But look how cute that is. Kind of hard to show you, but I'm trying to show you. See how it all dangles down? So cute, so shimmery, with all of those sequins on the Easter eggs and the fun pastel colors. So as you can see, I have 5 lights on my light fixture, and I just tied one of the strings to each one. The center ring comes down a little bit in the middle, and then that 6th one that I didn't need, I just tied to the center of my light fixture. That is that green one that's hanging down in the very center. But I think it turned out really fun. What do you guys think about my little Easter egg chandelier? Okay, for the next DIY, check out these little bottle brush carrots they have this year, like a carrot pick. I thought we could do a really fun little Easter vase with these, since they're kind of like florals, right? I'm going to use that skinny vase that you see there from the Dollar Tree, some of the onion grass from the Dollar Tree, and one of their little grass rolled mats. I love crafting with that, but the rest of it's going on my kitchen table. I'm going to save the rest of it for sure. Now, the onion grass, I was able to find one regular, and then the only other one I could find had the eggs on it. So I'm just going to remove the eggs, and I'm going to remove any of like the greenery that is lighter, just so I can have a little bit more onion grass to kind of provide like a plant-like feel to go with the little bottle brush carrots, which I think are so cute. I love it. I love crafting with this. I covered a bunny rabbit with this in one of my previous videos. So I thought we could cover a vase. Wouldn't that be fun to have a grass vase? So I'm just going to roll this around to see about how big I need it to be. And then it's pretty easy to cut because it kind of has lines there on the back. So you can kind of cut a straight line. It does shed when you cut it for sure. So I cut it lengthwise, and now I need to cut it this way too. So I'm just going to kind of use a Sharpie to kind of sketch it out. So I'll know exactly how tall I need my grass mat to be. And this was such a fun thing to go with like the bottle brush carrots. I really love how this turned out. I'm just going to hot glue it. And I never had a grass vase before, so that's definitely something new and whimsical. So I just glue one end on there. It's kind of got like a rubber like rug backing on it. and I am going to glue the other side. Next year, I'm definitely going to have to pick up some more of this grass at Dollar Tree. It was Dollar Tree Plus, and you get a giant roll of it. I think it was $5, but well worth it. Isn't that so cute? Now for the greenery, again, we're using the onion grass that I already prepared. So I kind of have two of those. I noticed that I think I had trimmed some of these off for a previous DIY. So they were a little bit shorter. So I'm going to kind of get rid of any of those that don't really make sense. And I thought this would be nice tall grass coming out at the very top of this floral arrangement. And then we can do the little bottle brush carrots kind of coming in from the sides. I don't have to do anything to them. Just pop them in. I think 3 looks really cute together like that. And you can kind of do one a little bit taller than the other ones. But then I was thinking, I need a little bit more plants, a little bit more florals. So I was trying to think of a floral that I could do that wasn't too busy, that would kind of go with like the orange and green vibe, not really clash with it too much. So I chose some little white flowers from the Dollar Tree that are just going to be perfect. They are kind of already on like little clusters here, so I'm just going to pull like 3 of those off and put those in there. Some of them were kind of missing flowers, so I'm just going to kind of replace those a little bit, but I'm going to kind of put them, there's just a little bit of space left in the vase between each one of the little bottle brush carrots, and I think this was the perfect final touch to this little carrot Easter floral. Super whimsical and fun for sure. Isn't that so cute? I really love the idea of using the grass on the vase. Very unexpected and very cute for Easter. If you weren't going to do carrots, you could always like glue like little painted wood Easter eggs on that. That'd be cute too in the grass. Okay, for the next DIY, I wanted to do like a little shadow box of Easter eggs. So I picked up one of these Dollar Tree signs. It's got pretty tall sides, so I think we can get that shadow box look. And then I got a bunch of these little string eggs from the Dollar Tree. I love these. I wish they just came individually though, instead of on the little picks, because I always have to take them off. And they're a little tricky because you don't want the string to come unwound. So I'm just using my heat gun. I just have it turned on and I'm just heating up the glue on all of these and hoping I have enough to kind of do like eggs all over, like kind of like a display piece of like a exhibit of Easter eggs. I had a couple of pink ones left over from last year, and this year I was able to pick up lots of different colors too. And so I think I'm going to have a random selection. Now, this is what happens if you pull it off without heating it up, but one of mine was actually kind of already apart like that. It came in the package like that. Just a matter of gluing the string back down. But you have to be careful with them. They're really cute, but they don't like to really come off those picks. So then I'm just going to kind of start alternating them, laying them out. I'm going to have them all kind of going one direction, and I want my pattern to be random. I don't have a lot of pink, so I have to kind of spread that out evenly. And then I had a few more of these left over from last year, so I think I'm going to have plenty to be able to fill out this little shadow box. So we're going to make some egg art here. That looks good. So 5 times 4, 20 of the string eggs. Now it's just a matter of attaching them. They actually fit really nice on this square frame like this, but definitely lay them out in advance. You know, you don't have to do a square. You could always do like a like portrait or landscape size, whatever you've got. But this worked really well, especially because the frame has the like larger sides. But it is that kind of like unfinished wood, so I'm actually going to DIY that too with something that's going to coordinate well with the string Easter eggs. So I've got them all glued in place, and I'm going to use this, the green floral moss from Dollar Tree, to kind of try to represent like grass all around the sides with all the Easter eggs inside. I thought that would be a fun way to decorate it. And this is a little messy. It does stick together, the floral moss. But I'm just going to do like half of a side of a frame at once so it doesn't set up too much and just glue that. I do want it to kind of look a little bit, random on the bottom and really kind of stick out to give you that like greenery effect. And I'm really glad that I added this because I think it really took it to another level. It really made the eggs pop in it. And I love the idea of just making art like this with the Dollar Tree Easter eggs because I love them and I always have to pick some of these up for sure. This would be really cute to do with the flocked Easter eggs that they had on the garland in Dollar Tree Plus this year too. The ones that I used to make the Easter candle holders. I have lots of Easter DIY videos if you haven't seen them yet. Easter is definitely one of my favorite holidays to decorate for, besides Christmas. So here at the top, I'm just covering up the hanger. It's kind of got like a new kind of hanger on it where it goes all the way through. So I can have the hanger on the back without really having to worry about that being in the way. And that really kind of like cleaned up that frame and just gave it a really fun little Easter vibe. I think it goes really well with the eggs. I want the back of it to be kind of clean. I don't really want any of the floral moss down between the eggs. So just kind of blowing out any extra pieces that may have fallen in there. I was going to do a bow on the top of this, but I thought it didn't really need it. I think it looks super fun for Easter and a fun way to decorate with those little string eggs for sure. What do you guys think about our little Easter egg shadow box? Super groovy. I love those eggs. You can see how beautiful they are, especially when you like get lots of different colors like that, kind of mix them all together. I always like kind of doing like a display like this to kind of display something a little bit more unexpected, like little Easter eggs. Okay, for the next DIY, I picked up one of these tier trays at Dollar Tree Plus for only $5. It's a bunny rabbit shape and it's light blue. I thought this would be so cute in my home for Easter. And I haven't done any new Easter tier trays this year. I think because St. Patrick's Day was so close and I did a St. Patrick's Day one this year. So I definitely need one because I need to take my St. Patrick's Day stuff down. And it's so cute. So this is how it kind of goes together. It folds out. It's got like two different pieces and then it's got the two different trays. They have little hooks that come around and open up really sturdy. But then again, you can always fold it up and store it away. Isn't that so cute? Well worth $5. I think it came in like maybe pink too, but I saw the blue and I had to have it. Now, I'm going to kind of give a nest-like feel by using the brown floral moss on both tiers for filler, and I thought that would give me a fun, like, kind of nesty effect. So it's just a matter of kind of spreading these out, breaking it apart, covering all of the bottom of both tiers. And I couldn't find a lot of items at Dollar Tree to decorate it with this year, but I was able to find some really cute items from Dollar Spot at Target that really goes with like the coastal decor in my house. So the blue and like those different like rope kind of items from a Dollar Tree or the Dollar Spot, I thought this would look really coastal. As you can see, these are $3 from Target. You get 3 of the carrots. And I also got the eggs that are like that as well. So cute. I mean, seriously, you cannot make these for $3. And they're so coastal looking, right? So I'm just going to kind of gather those together, like kind of stack like 3 of the carrots together, kind of like that, into just a pile of carrots on the bottom tier. Kind of hard to show you a tier tray from this angle, but not a lot of DIYs going into this, just kind of adding things to it. These are the eggs. As you can see, you get 5 of these for $3 at Target Dollar Spot, and they are perfect. They look so high end. I'm going to go ahead and use all of them, piling them up on the top tier to kind of make it look like a nest full of Easter eggs. Now I'm going to turn it around. I don't think I only need a few more items here. I found these little flocked chicks from the Dollar Spot at Target too. Only $1 So cheaper than Dollar Tree, and they are so cute. This is the little yellow chick. We're going to put him right here on the top next to the eggs. I also found this for $1 at Target Dollar Spot. It's a little like eggshell cracked with little Easter yellow flowers inside. I thought that would be perfect for a tier tray. It'll match that little yellow chick. And then I have some of these little moss bunnies. I think I got these last year at Target Dollar Spot. They're kind of small. They're on about the same scale as the little chicks. So I'm going to pile a couple of those on the bottom next to the carrots. This was such an easy tier tray to put together. The bunny shape of the Dollar Tree tier tray really adds to it. And all of the little dollar spot pieces in there look so cute. It was absolutely probably the easiest tier tray I have ever put together. But hey, it works. Okay, coming up next, we're going to do Easter basket DIYs. I have 10 ideas for some really creative little Easter baskets using items from the Dollar Tree. I'm actually just going to use one of their pre-made baskets for this one. It's actually a really nice size for $1.25. It's like 2 different shades of pink, braided, really cute. And I'm going to show you how I made it extra special. So the first thing I did was just kind of hot glue the handle up, because I'm going to decorate it with flowers and butterflies. So I don't want it falling down and messing up the effect of the florals. So these are the florals I chose. They're kind of cool because they're spring florals that have like different color flowers on them, but they also have the little butterflies on them too. So I thought that would be perfect. And they're kind of large, the pink flowers, but there are some smaller ones on there too, as well as the beautiful like purplish butterflies. I thought that would be so cute for a basket for a little girl. You could actually use this basket for anybody, really. It turned out so pretty. But this one that I'm making right here is for a little girl. So I'm just going ahead and taking, the flowers off, getting them ready to attach. I'm going to leave like the little piece of stem they have on them and then kind of tie it on a little bit with the addition of hot glue with just some of this garland from the Dollar Tree. I think I have this left over from 4th of July. They carry this stuff a lot. I thought this would be good because I could kind of wind it around the handle. It's going to look pretty with the flowers and the butterflies, but it's also going to help me keep my flowers attached. So I'm just going to start over here, just kind of randomly have it kind of snaked around the handle until I start getting over to the right side of the handle, and that's where I want to start decorating with flowers. I want to have flowers like cascading down the side, and I'm also going to decorate another part of the basket as well. So I'm just going to add a little hot glue and glue the stem directly to the handle. That doesn't seem very sturdy and it looks kind of awkward, so the twine actually wires it on and kind of covers it up, kind of disguises the stem, but I still have, the bond with the glue and the basket. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I started with a small one. Right next to it, I did one of the large pink ones. And I think I only have room for like one large one up here since they're pretty big. And again, just waiting for my hot glue to set up and then winding that little twine on top of it. So now I'm going to switch back to a smaller one here. And we'll do smaller ones here, like cascading down the side. And the bead garland really came in handy for this. I love that stuff. I like to use that on all different sorts of styles of projects. Now, I was thinking another small flower. I had enough room for that one. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that here. Again, just letting that glue set up and then wiring it to it. I'm going to do like, maybe a different kind of flower cascading down. But I also want to do a butterfly up there as well. And this basket turned out so pretty. I really love it. It's so springy. And it's part of your gift with the Easter basket, right? So I'm going to switch to this type of flower, which was also on there for a totally different vibe, but it's still pink, so I think it's really pretty, and glue that to the base of the handle so that can be kind of like where the flowers start. And then again, wrapping it with that bead garland to help secure it. I wanted my flowers like facing the front of the basket like that, so that worked out perfectly. Now for the butterfly, I'm just going to cut the stem completely off. These are so cute. They're just made out of the same material that the flowers are made out of. So if they are wrinkled and stuff like that, you can totally iron them out with a heat gun or some heat. I'm just going to glue mine to the top of the handle right there, like a little butterfly. Flew by and decided to land here next to the flowers on the basket. I think that looks good for the handle. Now I kind of want to decorate the opposite side, but instead of the handle, I'm going to like decorate the base down here. So I'm going to start with one of the larger flowers again. Again, these are pretty nice size flower. And I'm kind of gluing it on the inside edge of the rim there, where it's not going to interfere too much with items in the basket, but you're going to be able to see it well. And then I think one of these flowers would look really pretty too, so we're going to hot glue one of those in place as well. Just trying to glue it to the inside a little bit like ledge of the basket to make it secure. And then let's see, what else do we have here? I think another small flower would be great. So we're going to glue that right here. And I really love the variety in florals all on like the same pick. That was very convenient for a DIY. Once I get that glued on there and everything's set up, I do want to do another butterfly, kind of landing like on that part of the basket too to kind of continue my theme. So again, I just cut off the entire stem and just kind of figure out where I want it and hot glue that to the basket. We're also going to be filling all these baskets too with items from the Dollar Tree. So hopefully you can get lots of great ideas. And we're going to be doing Easter baskets for about anybody that you'd want to give an Easter basket to, even like some smaller ones for like work colleagues, adults. You know, we're going to do all different kinds of Easter baskets today. So stay tuned. I've got some really fun ideas. Again, I just kind of ironed out my butterfly with my heat gun to make it stand up well. And you can also iron out your flowers like that really well. And I think it looks really pretty so far. What do you guys think? I thought we would do like a traditional like Easter grass in there to kind of go with like the floral theme. But this is what it looks like so far. Definitely doesn't look like a basket from the Dollar Tree. This is like they didn't have very much Easter grass left. They have tons of Easter basket stuff and everything I needed, but the grass was a little limited at my store. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this as full as I can with this. It's so pretty, but it does kind of look like grass, so I thought it'd go well with this basket. But for most of the other ones, we're going to be using the paper shreds. I really kind of like those better. They're a little bit less messy than this stuff. I was laughing when I was using this because when my son was little, I think he only got Easter grass like 2 Easters in a row before it was banned. And then I had to fill those baskets all the way up because no grass. So now that we have it all ready to go, we can fill it up with some Dollar Tree goodies. Kind of going with a pink theme. We're going to do some of the bubbles. You get 4 in a package. I don't know why the little rings are separate, but we're just going to lay that in there together. And next up is one of the little Etch-a-Sketch. These are always really fun and a great value for $1.25. Everybody really always enjoys those. And then we're going to fill it up with some candy and other goodies. I picked up I couldn't find like a pink chocolate bunny, but I found a purple one. So I thought that matched the butterfly as well. Kind of a larger piece too. And then some of the traditional pink peeps. I chose the little bunny rabbits. I thought they looked really festive. Then we're going to decorate with some smaller candy too, so we can fill up this basket. I picked up some of these little candy suckers. They're like a bouquet of them, which means they're like kind of all tied together. They all have different color stems and stuff like that. But we're going to separate them and kind of use what colors we want. You can kind of use the length to make them pick out, like use them as picks in the basket. So I was just using some pink ones on this one. And then let's put some colorful Easter eggs in there as well. They have these like pink and yellow, purple and yellow ones that I thought would be really pretty. I picked up jelly beans. They had all different flavors. This is the Sweet Tarts jelly beans. Sounds delicious. And then some bubblegum eggs. And we're just filling up the eggs with some random smaller candy to fill out the rest of the basket. Now, some of these baskets today we will be shrink wrapping or bagging, but this one was so pretty. I did not want to do that because I thought it would take away from all the fun florals and the butterflies. So this is how our first Easter basket turned out. I think it is really pretty. What do you guys think about this? I had a good time putting this together and I think it turned out really pretty. That basket was so pretty. And I'm gonna do some like kind of intricate baskets like this today, but I'm also gonna be doing some easy ones as well. And this was an easy one right here for an adult, a fun idea. They have these great little 10 baskets at the Dollar Tree, and this one was a carrot theme. So I'm gonna kind of go with the carrot theme and make a fun little whimsical Easter basket for an adult. So I'm filling it in with paper shreds from the party section at Dollar Tree. And I picked up some little seed starter pots to go with the carrot theme. I even found like carrot chocolates and I grabbed some carrot seeds from Dollar Tree. And you can kind of, just use whatever carrot things you can find. But I thought that would be really kind of a fun idea. These are the little chocolate carrots. I think they look good all together in a bag like that. So I'm just going to leave them all bagged up like that. I'm just going to kind of remove the obnoxious tags and stuff off them so you can see the cute little chocolate carrots. And we're going to put them at the top there of the little 10. And we're going to use some of the little candy suckers. I'm going to choose orange to kind of go with the carrot theme. And then for the Easter eggs, we're going to pick out some orange ones. These are like the ones with like little flowers on them. So I thought that would go great with like the plant theme. And we're just going to fill this with a little bit more candy. We got like the jelly beans. And I kind of wanted to stick with like the orange and green theme. So I'm going to find some more green candy. These are some of the little chocolate discs they have at Dollar Tree to fill that up. And then maybe another one of the orange eggs with some chocolate Easter eggs in it. They have some great candy at the Dollar Tree right now for Easter baskets. And you can kind of stock up. I kind of forgot about my lid, but it does still kind of come around, even though my little seed starter pots are a little bit taller, but isn't that really fun and whimsical? So here is a really easy DIY. I chose carrots because that was kind of the theme of the basket. And this would be a really easy little Easter basket that you could give to just about anybody on your list. Aren't that carrot design really cute? I think it's really pretty. And I love decorating like carrot stuff for Easter as well. We're going to have a lot of fun in today's video. If you're enjoying it so far, be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, up next, we're going to make a basket from scratch. So we're going to start with one of the bamboo rings from Dollar Tree. And this one, I wanted to make kind of a jungle basket. And we're going to be doing a dinosaur theme on this Easter basket for a little boy. To cover the bottom of the basket, I'm just going to use burlap from the Dollar Tree, but you could use just about whatever you have. I am just laying mine out, and I'm just going to kind of use a Sharpie to cut it larger than the little wood ring. And so we can just cover that. Doesn't really matter how clean the cuts are. You don't really have to worry about fraying or anything like that because you're not going to be able to see the edges of this. But the burlap is going to act as the bottom of the basket, and I want to make the basket out of Dollar Tree rope. It turned out really cute. I was really impressed with this. So I just start like on the sides of the ring, hot gluing the burlap to it. I pulled it directly across so we can start tightening up the burlap. And then about halfway the other side, flip it around again just pulling it taut until I have 4 little sections left that I can just glue down. I'm just trying to get it as tight as I can so it'll have a nice strong bottom for the basket and will definitely stay together. I've always wanted to make a basket like this. I don't think I've ever made a basket. I think I've made a tray before. For Coastal with Shore Living's coming, guys. My store had an empty section today, and I was so excited because I know what's coming in there. And I did pick up my online order, and I found some amazing items. Okay, now that that is secure, we can start with the rope. I chose the thicker brown rope from the Dollar Tree. I thought it would probably take less, right, going around and around to make a basket, and I'm going to use 3 packages of it. So I just start here on the side of the wood ring. And the wood ring really provided a great stable base for this basket. Like it seems really strong and stuff like that. and I wasn't quite sure how I could get a perfect circle if I didn't have some kind of structure, and this provided a great structure. So I'm just hot gluing all the way around, and this kind of sealed in that raw edge of the burlap, so it cleaned it up and made everything kind of look a little bit more professional there. And then we're just gonna start gluing the rope to itself. I'm just doing like a quarter at a time so my hot glue doesn't set up too well. And just stacking the rope like right on top of each other. I am slowly going to bring it in a little bit as I go up to kind of cover up the wood ring in the bottom so you won't be able to see that. But I want to make a fairly large basket with this. So once I run out of rope, I just take the plastic off the end and then just glue it down. And where that one piece of rope ends, we'll just start a new one. So this is what it looks like so far. You can get like 3 or 4 rows of this size of a basket with that. And again, don't forget to take your tape off the end because you're definitely going to be able to see that if you don't. And I just glue this together just as tightly as I can here at the seam, and even put like a little hot glue and glue the ropes together. It's going to help disguise that seam and kind of hide it. And then we're just going to keep hot gluing this. Now I also picked up some Dollar Tree garland that you see there that I thought we could do like a vine handle. To kind of make it look like a jungle basket, which is what I was kind of going for, to go with the dinosaur theme. So trying not to get too much hot glue on the outside of the basket. So whenever I kind of do, I just kind of try to clean it up with my heat gun before I get too far. But again, just continuing my way around. At this point, I'm kind of going straight up. Soon I will start going in a little bit more to kind of give it like a concave shape there. And that is it for this second piece of row. If you wanted a shallow basket, you could probably stop there. But I have a lot of stuff to go in this little Easter basket, so I think a third rope is definitely necessary. Again, just remove the tape and glue it together. I tried to hide most of my seams on the back of the basket, but as long as you get it pretty tight, you can kind of get away with that. Now on this one, I'm going to slowly start working my way in a little bit, just to kind of give it kind of a fun basket shape. And it really turned out cute. I was really impressed with it. And I'm going to use the entire package almost. I'm going to stop right where I started at the same exact spot so that everything is fairly level. But definitely a decent sized basket and a fun idea if you want to kind of make your basket from scratch. So I was looking to see where I needed to kind of stop, and it looks like right about here was where I started. You can tell by looking at the bottom. And I just hot glued that last piece in place. And where that ends there, I'll just have the handle be there, so that will kind of disguise that part of our basket. Just cleaning up any excess hot glue, making sure everything's glued down. You do have to use a lot of hot glue on that because you don't really want any holes in between the ropes, but you can see how big it is. Now, it is really fuzzy. The Dollar Tree rope likes to do that, especially when you're wrapping stuff like this with it. So I'm just using a lighter. We're going to go around and burn off all the fuzzies on our little jungle basket. This might be my favorite Easter basket that we did today. It was really whimsical and fun. Now, I'm doing this one for a little boy, but you know, I think about anybody would like a basket like this. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to use one of the vines. And as you can see, it's like on a wire that kind of looks like a branch, which I'm going to use that to make the handle. I was trying to decide if I was just going to do like a single row like that, or if I want to double it up and make it more substantial. And that's what I ended up doing, just making sure my vine was kind of pulled down to the end. And then you can just kind of bend it in half like this. And you're going to have a stronger handle. That's what I want. So I just twist the vine with itself. Since that has that really nice wire in there, it's really easy to mold this. And I just wrap it around, twisting it together to make it look like a braided stem. And it's going to be the perfect size for a handle. I just have to find a way to attach it to my basket. I thought hot glue would probably work, and it actually did pretty well. I just put some hot glue on the inside of the rope and laid my vine garland in there, hot gluing that in place. And again, I did it there where I had my seam where my rope ended, so it kind of takes away that distraction. And then again, I'm just hot gluing it on the other side. And I kind of glue it fairly deep down in the basket just to make it stronger. Lots more places to have it glued to the rope. So here is the jungle basket so far. I think it looks so pretty. And this is definitely a piece that you could use in your home decor after Easter, or whoever receives it as a gift. I think they're really going to enjoy this basket as well. Now to all the goodies to go inside. I'm going to choose some of the green paper shreds. You could also use grass for this. Really wasn't going for a shiny look though, so I thought the paper shreds would be really pretty. So we're just going to fill that basket up with these. Always buy more of these than you think you need because it really takes a lot to fill a basket. I had no problem using the whole package in there. And now look at all the dinosaur items I found for the basket. This is like a dinosaur coloring thing. It's like little dinosaurs that are made out of wood that you can color. And I always love to gift projects. Nice and tall piece. We're going to put that in the back. And I found so many fun little dinosaurs there today. Here is another craft project, one of just the plain wood dinosaurs. They had all different kinds of these in the crafter square at the Dollar Tree I was at today. And that'll be a fun project as well. We're going to put that in there. My son always really enjoyed these dinosaurs from the Dollar Tree because he is a dinosaur buff and he always knew why they were inaccurate. So he always thought they were really funny. But I thought this one looked cool. So we're going to add like a little dinosaur over here. And then the next couple items I found there were dino eggs. These are really fun. They're little plastic eggs that have like a rubbery dinosaur around them. And you can stretch out the holes and pop the egg out and they're filled with candy already. So these have Smarties in them. So I thought they were so cute. I picked up 2 different ones, like a little Stegosaurus, I guess, maybe a T-Rex. And I thought that would be really fun for the Easter theme. I'm just going to kind of cut the tags off just to kind of clean that up, get them out of the way, make it look more fun. All these little dinosaurs in that little jungle basket. And kind of arrange them, maybe the taller one in the middle. And kind of like they're like hanging out in there. Now it's time for candy. Since I did a lot of green, let's use some of the green bubbles from the multi-pack. And then we can use some candy. I thought like green and orange ones would look good, the little bunny suckers. They also have like these little Peeps lollipops, which are really fun for Easter. So we're going to put some of those in there as well. And we're going to fill this basket up. I was kind of impressed with how much stuff I actually got in there for a DIY basket. It was really fun to put together though, and it really did not take me that long. I'm going to use some of the green eggs with the pink flowers on them. I thought that would be cute. And we're just doing jelly beans and bubble gum eggs for these. Any kind of loose candy is going to work great in those little plastic eggs. And this is how it turned out. I'm not going to wrap this or anything because it's so pretty and I love the greenery on there. But I thought this was a really fun idea for a boy with the dinosaur theme. But again, that basket would kind of work for anything just because it's so pretty. And it worked out so well. Doesn't that rope look really great as a basket? I might have to make another one of these, like a coastal version. I really like how this turned out. Now for the next basket, I picked up one of these baskets today. It's pink, it's plastic, it's got a beautiful texture on it, and I thought this would be great because it could be part of the gift because it's definitely an organizer that you could reuse after Easter. I kind of want to do like a pink and white theme on this one. So to kind of decorate the basket a little bit, since it's not really an Easter basket, I thought we would use like a little Easter trim. This is some of the little pink and white gingham bunny trim from the Dollar Tree. It's so cute. And I thought I could line like the top of the basket like that, or like the little bunny ears like stick up, just to add a fun little Easter touch to this basket. I thought about making a handle for it, but I decided it probably wasn't really necessary. We are going to bag this one. I'll show you how I bagged it. And that kind of takes away the need for a handle really on those, because you can just use the top of the bag to pick up the basket. So I'm just going to start in the middle, hot gluing that in place, and I'm just going to hot glue it tiny bits here and there just to keep the trim on there, but not enough to make it not easy to remove, so that you can reuse the basket for a more functional use after Easter. I always like it when I can do like a functional basket for Easter, because I mean, honestly, how many Easter baskets can you have, right? So we're gluing that in place. I didn't really start it and stop it at the same, so I'm just gonna level it up a little bit, just with the little bunny ears just sticking over the top for a fun little texture. And I also got some pink and white bunny ears that you see there, so I thought that these would go perfectly together with that. So that's what we have so far for our little plastic Easter basket. And we're going to be doing this one for a girl. And so I got some pink and white gingham bunny ears. We're just going to go ahead and remove the packaging, the tags on these, just to clean them up a little bit, because this is also going to act as, you know, part of the decor of the basket. They're super cute. And then for filler, I found these little party shreds at Dollar Tree. They're actually pink and white together, so they are perfect. We're going to go ahead and use the whole bag. And as you can see, I still have lots of room in that basket for Easter goodies. We're going to start with like some little functional things like a cross stitch kit. I thought this was really cute. We have like a unicorns. They had like several different kinds. I really like the unicorns ones. I got a lot of the unicorn ones for these baskets today. And some spring little snap clips for hair. I thought they were so cute. They're like pastel colors with polka dots. I thought purple bubbles would look good in here, because I already used the pink ones there. And they have like these little puzzles and stuff like this. The aisle they have with all the little things for Easter baskets. And I also picked up some Peeps lip balm. I thought that'd be cute for a little girl. And now it's time for some candy. So I'm going to do like one of the pink and one of the purple little bunny suckers. And again, I'm going to kind of cut these down. They were very long. Kind of scatter those around. And we're also going to do some of the Peeps lollipops as well. And since this basket is so large, you definitely can kind of go to town on this. I picked up some of the Peeps, the little pink bunny rabbits, and then I thought some of the little bunny rabbit Easter eggs would be super cute as well, to kind of go with the bunny theme on this basket. So we're just going to fill these up with some jelly beans. I'm surprised I didn't try some of those sweet tart jelly beans. I hope they're good. They had lots of fun flavors. I think they had like now and later. They had a bunch. I noticed that the Swedish fish ones were in the Dollar Tree Plus aisle though, so I didn't know how expensive those were, but my husband would really enjoy those. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like at this point, so you can kind of see everything that's in the basket. But like I said, we are going to wrap this one with plastic, but once you get it wrapped with plastic, it's kind of hard to see in there. So I wanted to give you a little sneak peek here first before we wrap it, so you can kind of remember everything that we put in the basket. And that's so cute. I really love like the pink and white gingham theme, and I think that basket is really beautiful. Now I'm going to use one of the shrink wrap bags from the Dollar Tree. It's a lot bigger than I really needed for this basket, and you could always just use cling wrap from your kitchen, honestly. Put it over it and use your heat gun, and it gives you kind of a shrink wrap as well. But I picked one of these up today, so I thought I might as well use it. So I'm going to open the bag up. Again, it's a little bigger than necessary, but I'm just going to go ahead and put the whole bin down inside. We can gather it towards the top and tie a fun bow on there to give it a lot of pizzazz for Easter. So once I get it on there, I'm kind of trying to bend it around the back because it's so big. I thought about removing the excess plastic, but then I remembered it's shrink wrap. It will probably all really shrink with heat, and it totally did. So it didn't come with like a traditional like bread tie or anything like that. So I'm just going to use some twine to tie it off here on the top. And then we can just trim off the excess plastic. I also got like some really pretty pink bows from the party aisle at Dollar Tree to kind of decorate the top of this. So let's just remove the excess plastic up here. And then we can start shrink wrapping this. These shrink wrap bags from the Dollar Tree, I don't often get them, but as you can see, they work really well. They shrink wrap really easily. And I tried the Easter bags they had, specifically for Easter baskets, and I thought they would shrink wrap a little bit just because they're plastic, but you'll see later, they didn't really shrink wrap. But this is how it turned out. So just a fun Easter basket, fun functional basket for a little girl. Lots of fun pink and white little items in there and activities. And these come 3 to a package, which is a great deal. Nice curly ribbon bows. And we're just going to actually just stick this to the bag, kind of disguising where I tied it off as well. And kind of spread the ribbon all around so you can't really see it. Because the sticker on that is kind of big. I mean, it's kind of necessary, so I left it on there. But I didn't really want it to be super obvious, the white tag on there. But I think this is ready to go. I kind of shrink wrapped the top part there, which I didn't really mean to, but I'm just going to trim that off a little bit. But I think it turned out pretty cute. It's a little off center there with the bunny ears in there, but all part of the decor, and everybody needs some bunny ears for Easter, right? This is how it turned out. As you can see, very pretty and pink. And another fun Easter basket for a little girl. And that basket is so pretty. That would be really great for an Easter basket for an adult as well if you wanted to switch it up. Okay, for the next basket, I picked up a 2-pack of baskets. So these are 2 for $1.25 at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to show you how I used each one. I wanted to do a gold Easter basket for an adult, and I thought the yellow would work well for that. I have some metallic gold spray paint, but I've had the can like literally forever, and you know, it's kind of hard to tell how much paint you have left in those when they get kind of empty. But I just had just enough. I'll definitely have to replace that can though, because I used it all. I painted the inside and the outside with 1 coat of that metallic gold, and it really took that plastic basket and made it look really fancy. I want to do a like gold on gold theme for this one, for a little tiny Easter basket for an adult. So we're going to dry that up. I do kind of want the handle to stay up on this one as well. And so I am going to kind of hot glue it in place. And just for a little stability, just because I like the Easter basket idea with the handles up, and these really want to fall down. But a little hot glue will fix that. Now for the gold items. I wasn't not able to find gold shred, but I don't really want to take away from all the other gold stuff. So I'm just going to use some of the white shred. This also has like an iridescent, like shiny pieces in it, which kind of goes with the metallic. So I thought that would be pretty too. And it's just a nice neutral color there. Really, any kind of pastel color you use would be really pretty too, because everything we're going to put in there is going to be like either gold or yellow, was what I was thinking. So that's what it looks like so far. And for the candy, I chose a Russell Stover milk chocolate bunny. It's got the yellow color, so it's going to go nicely with our gold eggs. I found like a 6-pack of the gold eggs, so I thought these would be really cute to kind of do a gold on gold theme for this basket. Just kind of whimsical and a fun idea, kind of where you can like color code them. This is kind of a metallic color coding, but it worked out really well. I'm going to use some of the jelly beans and some of the bubblegum eggs to fill up the little gold eggs. And I actually bought the gold eggs just for this basket, so we might as well use quite a few of them. And then there's the little yellow Peeps candy, the little suckers. Those will be perfect to go with the gold and yellow theme. I also picked up some of the little chocolate Easter eggs. They had lots of those that were metallic gold, so I thought that would go nicely with the theme too. So we're going to kind of just pile this basket up. Even though it is a fairly small basket, I was able to get quite a few yummy goodies in there. The coins had like 1 of the gold coins, so I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that. And then some of the little Reese's peanut butter eggs. Those things are so good. Come in a yellow package, so I thought those would be great too. Just trying to be able to fit in there. I had just enough room for them on the back behind the yellow boxed chocolate bunny. Just kind of rearranging everything, making sure you can see everything and nothing is hidden. And this is how it turned out. You could always wrap this as well in a bag if you were traveling with it or something like that. But I think it turned out really a fun little gold on gold theme there for a little whimsical mini Easter basket. And this one's just filled with goodies, so you could give this to just about anyone. And as you can see, I may have needed a little bit more spray paint there at the bottom. It looks a little bit rough down there. Now for the other basket, because remember there was 2 in a package, this one's blue. I'm going to leave it blue, but I'm going to decorate the outside of it. I thought some of these little felt flowers, this is like a spring garland. My store has these like on an end stand with all of the spring decor items, and we're just going to use little felt flowers on that to decorate all the way around this Easter basket. I thought that would be really cute. So there's like a little pink felt flower like that that's going to be large enough to cover the little picture of the truck that's on the front of it. And I just glue it between the 2 like wavy lines, kind of in between there. And then it's got like a variety of like 4 different kinds of flowers on here. The yellow one is very similar to the pink one. The blue one is kind of flat. The purple one is like kind of crazy, but I kind of like it. And we're going to be using these all the way around. I'm also going to use the little felt leaves that are on there. And again, just gluing it where like kind of the groove goes down. I think 6 flowers are going to fit on this perfectly. So I did blue, pink, yellow on this side. And it doesn't take very much hot glue at all to glue those on. And I think they're so cute. It's a lot easier than making them from scratch, that's for sure. So for the other side, I'm going to do a pink and a yellow. But this time I'm going to switch up the blue one to this fun purple flower. I'm just cutting off the twine that had these all attached to each other. So you just get left with the felt flower. So as you can see, the purple one's kind of cool. We're going to put that one over here. And then trying to space out my pattern from where I had my other pink and yellow ones so we don't really have a repeating color, and finish lining the basket. So we have a little flower Easter basket, and I thought we have the little felt leaves, might as well use them, right? So I chose to do like 2 of like the medium color green and 2 of the light color green ones. Just trying to cut them to make them look like they make sense. And then I'm just going to have these kind of peeking out from the top of the flowers here, but only along the top. That way it doesn't get really into the way on the bottom, and it's still going to sit well. And I think that blue color is really pretty. I think it made a really pretty background for these felt flowers. And this is an Easter basket you could give to just about anyone because it's a nice small basket. You can fill it in with whatever you think they would like. I'm going to show you how I filled mine. It was super easy to DIY this one. But let me show you what it looks like so far with the little flowers all over. We did a total of 6 flowers and 4 of the leaves. Now for the shred, I was able to find a blue shred kind of close to the color of the basket. So we're going to use that to kind of not take away from all of the flowers that we added to it. And fill that in with those. I had such a great time putting these baskets together for you today. I really hope you're getting lots of good ideas for your Easter baskets. Dollar Tree has so many things that you can use. For this one, I chose another one of the Russell Stover chocolate bunnies. I love those. And this one is going to be for a little girl, so I picked up another one of the little puzzles. I don't really know too much about Gabby's Dollhouse, but it seemed to be popular at Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use some of the little Easter bunny eggs for candy. And then, you know, to make it colorful, we can do some of these like shiny pastel eggs as well, to kind of go with like the multicolor pastel feel. I'm going to do like some Reese's eggs in there. That'll be a fun little surprise. And just kind of fill them up with candy. Again, this is a kind of a smaller basket. This would be really good for like a little girl. I think the age on the puzzle is like 4 and up. And a little Reese's egg in there. Maybe some of the little pink lollipops. And this basket is complete, super easy. I'm not going to bag this one or anything. I think it's so pretty with the flowers on there. I kind of wanted to leave it as is, but a fun little Easter basket DIY for a little girl. But again, the felt flowers on there are so pretty. You could use that for just about anybody. I think a teenager or a woman in your life might enjoy that as well for a little Easter treat. Easter is such a fun holiday to celebrate with your family. Okay, for the next Easter basket, we're going to use one of these little Easter tubs. Again, these come in a 2-pack, so you get 2 of them for $1.25. They're like clear plastic. They have like a little Easter egg wreath on them and like a little pink and white gingham little truck on the front of them. Super cute. I'm going to show you how I fill these up. This is going to be for an adult woman, a little basket, and I have a clever way of wrapping this up with fabric instead of using plastic. So for the shreds on this one, I'm just going to use some of the white with the iridescent in there. Pink I think would look really cute as well because I'm kind of going to do a pink theme with this one. And I'm going to use some Dollar Tree fabric like pink and white, but everything I picked up there for this basket was pink. And I thought these little socks from the Dollar Tree were so springy and cute, and they're not really going to fit though in the smaller box on the cards like this. And I love those cards for doing sublimation on socks, so I'm going to borrow that and just take the socks out. That way we can lay the socks on top of each other and just roll them up so they're going to fit down in that box a little bit better for this little Easter basket. I kind of folded them where you could still see the flowers. That pink and white is so pretty. And then I picked up just like a simple little manicure kit. It's kind of got a pink theme. They have so many different things like this at Dollar Tree. And I just picked this up from like the regular like beauty aisle. And a cute little packet's going to fit in there really well. And then I thought this was really whimsical and fun. A pink flamingo tape dispenser. Because hello, who doesn't need one of those, right? And it's a little bit of a tight fit, but I was able to get it in there. Kind of at an angle and kind of sticking up, so it'll be fun. You can see it. Then for some candy, we can't forget candy. I'm going to do some pink eggs. These are like the little pastel eggs. Fill those up with some little candy items to kind of add a little bit of sweets to this little Easter basket. And then I want to wrap it up with fabric. We're going to make this look like a bunny rabbit. So this was a really fun DIY to put together. Kind of had the idea for it in my mind. It worked out really well. Since I was doing pink, I'm going to use some of the pink foiled Easter eggs to kind of go with the theme. And everybody likes pink, right? And I even had some little pink, like little chocolate discs. And I think that is going to fill it up enough with candy so we can start wrapping it. I just used one of the fabric pieces. I kind of wanted florals, but I couldn't find any florals fabric at Dollar Tree. So we're just going to use this one. It's like a pink and white stripe. I thought that looked really cute for Easter. I just lay it on here. It's barely long enough to cover it on the shorter end like this. But I'm going to pull it tight and then also gather it from each side, pulling it together. That way it's going to cover everything up. I went ahead and cut down a piece of twine and I just pull it as tight as I can there together at the top. Then I'm gathering up all the fabric on one side, pulling it to the very top like that. That's going to make one of the bunny ears. And again, just tightening it up here and forming my other bunny ear. Once I get all the fabric to the top, I'm going to tighten it as much as I can. That way, then I can tie it off and hopefully you won't be able to see the items in there. It's all going to be kind of covered up by the fabric. I wish this was a little bit wider. It probably would have made it a little bit easier, but I was able to get it to work. I'm just using some Dollar Tree twine and tying that off here at the top. And then I'm going to kind of try to shape the extra fabric up there to kind of make them on top of each other, make it look like two like little bunny ears sticking straight up from the top. And then we're going to decorate it like a little bunny, put a bunny face on it, maybe a little bunny tail. I thought that'd be really cute. Now for the face, I was thinking Google eyes. I have like a couple different kinds. I have some colored ones. I ended up choosing just regular black and white ones like they have at Dollar Tree. And then I just took a little piece of black felt and just cut a simple kind of like rounded triangle for a little bunny nose. And we're going to make eyes, a bunny nose, and some whiskers here to go on the front of the basket. That's how it looked with blue eyes. I ended up thinking it was a little too colorful, so I'm going to switch it up to just some black googly eyes. And these are just regular googly eyes. They're stickers, so that's so easy just to add that to the fabric. So I'm just going to peel and stick those on. And they seem to stick to the fabric okay, but if yours don't, you could always, hot glue those on. They would hot glue on just fine. So 2 little bunny eyes, and then for the nose, I thought it would be easiest to go ahead and attach the whiskers to the nose. I'm going to use, this is just some of the black thin wire from the hardware aisle at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to cut down 6 little pieces, all about the same length, to make 3 whiskers for each side of the bunny face. If you don't have any wire though, you could always use like black thread, whatever you could find. Even white, I guess, would be cute. And I just put some hot glue on the back of the little bunny nose, and we're just gonna kind of straighten out the wire and stick them in. I'm gonna have like 3 kind of coming out evenly on both sides. And then that hot glue is already on there, so we can actually use that to just glue the whole thing here to make a cute little bunny face. I can kind of spread out my whiskers before everything sets up and make it look really cute. You could always cut eyes as well too if you didn't have any googly eyes. Dollar Tree does sell them. I always try to pick them up whenever I see them, wherever, for inexpensive, because they are fun to craft with sometimes. And I'm just making sure like the little fabric flaps kind of look a little bit like bunny ears. And then for the bunny tail, I'm just going to use one of the little pink pom-poms from the little craft kits from the Dollar Tree. I think this matches that fabric really well. And we're just going to glue a little bunny tail here to the back of the basket. And just a really fun little basket for a woman, and decorated super cute. For the top, I want to cover up the twine where I tied it off, but I don't really want to take away from the bunny shapes. So I'm going to use one of those ribbon bows, but I'm just going to separate the ribbons just by pulling them out of the bows, just so I can have some curling ribbon, and we can tie that off. But I only want to use a couple of pieces because I don't want to kind of overpower that or take away from the bunny shape that I was trying to go for with that. But just something else to kind of cover the twine, make it look a little bit more festive. I'm just tying them and making sure they're curled still. I can still kind of see the twine, so just going to add a few more pieces, and then this basket will be complete. I think it turned out really cute. It was kind of exactly what I was imagining, with the little bunny ears, and the Dollar Tree fabric worked great for that. I think this would look really cute too if you were able to find a floral print. I'm not sure if the bandana would be big enough, maybe, to do the kind of the same thing, but this is how mine turned out, and I think that fabric is actually really pretty. And we have the little bunny face on there as well, which is really whimsical and fun. I had so many notes for Easter baskets today. I probably could have made 20 of them, but oh my goodness, 10 of them took me long enough. Now for the next basket, I picked up just one of these wire baskets from Dollar Tree. They have these now like in this like mint green, pink I used on another Easter DIY, really fun pastels. And then I also picked up some Easter ribbon, and I thought we could weave a little basket, right, with the ribbon, with the wire structure on this. I thought that'd be really easy. It actually was really easy to put together. So what I'm going to do is start here on one side and just weave it through. It's the perfect size to go through this size basket. And we'll start here on the corner. So I'm just going to attach the ribbon with hot glue over there, making sure that is secure. And then we'll cut the ribbon long enough to go all the way around the one section. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap the top part with that same Happy Easter ribbon. I think it was really festive and fun and just the right size. So I just kind of measure exactly how long I'm going to need to go all the way around there. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and cut out a second piece as well for the top, so I'll know exactly how long I need. This one I'm going to be doing like all different kinds of pastel colors together. So this ribbon worked perfectly to kind of tie everything in together. So again, I just weave one on top, one on bottom, all the way around. The corners are a little bit loose just because of the shape of the basket, but it really didn't take away from it. I'm going to hot glue it here on top of that wire where I started, and then I can just trim off the excess ribbon. Isn't that fun? I thought it would be fun to kind of weave my own basket. That way, just kind of a fun little DIY touch to this basket, but it's going to help keep everything in as well. So I'm going to start on the same corner, but this time instead of on top of the wire, I glued it to the underside of the wire. And then I'm going to weave this just like we weaved before, but this time we're going to be doing the opposite. So where it went under before, we'll go over and vice versa. And I've already cut this down to size. And you can see how easy this is to weave. Now, if you can't find this size ribbon, you could always use some of the thicker wired like burlap ribbons and stuff like that. They come in colors from Dollar Tree, but you'd probably have to cut off the wires on the sides because those would probably be a little bit too big. But you know what? I think even some of the smaller Easter ribbons would work well for this too. You just need enough structure there to kind of keep things in your basket. So we weaved it all the way around, and we're just going to hot glue it to the ribbon where we started. And we have a fun little happy Easter basket. I love these little wire baskets. They're so versatile and fun. I might have to pick up another one this color because I think it kind of looks beachy too. Now, since we're doing like pastels, I picked up yellow shreds for this one. It is a rather large basket though, so I don't think that one package of yellow is going to be enough. So let me see. I also have some white left over, so I'm going to mix the yellow and white together, and we'll do like a two-tone one, like the pink and white one, just like a DIY one. All we have to do is just mix it up. That's the way it's going to make it go further, and we're making this little Easter basket for a little girl. It's kind of universal though. You could really kind of use that for anybody. Again, I love giving out activities and gifts. It's always fun. I love to craft. I know most kids like to craft as well. And it's a fun activity that's kind of useful, or a fun basket stuffer that's useful. Now for the bunny ears, I picked up some fluffy bunny ears, the pink inside, super cute. Just removing the tags. That's also going to act as a decoration, but a fun thing for them to wear on Easter. Bubbles. I'm going to use some of the purple ones, and I also picked up some more of the little polka dot spring barrettes for this one, the little hair clips. And for this one, since we're doing like fun colors, I thought we would add the little peeping chick on this one. It's one of the wind up little chicks that are so fun. He's actually pretty cute. And put him right there in front. I picked up a chocolate Easter bunny. And we're going to put that in there. The yellow goes nicely with the yellow. And also another one of the little Etch-a-Sketches. You can't go wrong with that. So it's getting pretty full. Now we can focus on some more candy. So I'm going to use some of the larger pastel plastic eggs on this one since this basket's kind of big. And we're just going to fill those up with whatever candy we still have left over here. I have some chocolate foil eggs. And then maybe a little Reese's egg in there as well because they're kind of big. And we can just fill this up. I wanted to kind of go with that same like pastel color. We did pink and yellow a lot, so I'll do a pink and a yellow egg on this one. And I have some of the chocolate coins we can use. And that'll fill it up nicely since it's a large, big egg. And kind of arrange those in there to fill out my basket. And I remembered I also have some of the little Peeps lollipops. They're yellow too, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of those in there as well. And I wanted to give you a sneak peek on this one as well because I am going to bag this one up. And again, once you bag them up, it's a little hard to see everything that we put in the Easter basket. But here's our little DIY woven Easter basket with the Easter ribbon, filled up with all kinds of bright yellow, pinks, and blues. Just a little fun Easter basket for a child. I'm not really going to do a handle on this one. I'm going to use a bag. Now, these were the bags I was talking about. You get 2 in a package for $1.25 instead of 1. And they have a fun polka dot on a clear bag. And I thought that these would melt a little bit with my heat gun. And I was dismayed to see that they don't melt really. They melt, but they don't melt well. I'll show you that here in a second. But they're smaller than the other bags, so they fit this basket a little bit better. So I just drop my basket down inside and gather it up on the front. I kind of want to push the plastic bag to the back so you can still kind of see stuff in there. And they come with little bread ties to kind of tie that off. And then I'm just going to trim off the excess plastic. And it is whimsical. It definitely goes with like my pastel color theme. And this was me trying to melt it a little bit. It kind of just really melted it. Like I kind of pulled some of the melted plastic over to the side. There were a few areas that it did need to kind of melt. And didn't really get it too tight like that. I don't know if I'd buy those again. They are cute though. Now for the top, I want to decorate it with a bow and another one of those little pink ribbon bows from the Dollar Tree. These are so cute, and 3 of them for $1.25 is just a really good bargain. So let me show you the basket again, this time wrapped up and ready for Easter. I kind of like wrapping the bags that don't have handles. It just kind of makes them easier to deal with. And if you have to travel with your Easter baskets, that's going to kind of make it easier too. Okay, are you ready for another Easter basket? We are doing a total of 10 today. So this is one of the little girl bags. I love these from the Dollar Tree. I actually craft with these. But this one we're going to use as an actual bag. So it's going to be part of the gift. We're going to use it as an Easter basket, but you know what? It's totally, you can use it afterwards as just a cute little bag. Now, it does have a flower on it that is nice and springy, but it's not quite as big and colorful as I was looking for. So I'm just going to use my heat gun and remove that and replace that with a larger, pinker flower. I'm going to use the same flowers that I used on the butterfly wreath, one of the big yellow and pink ones. I think that'll look really fun and festive there to replace that little tiny flower that was on there before. So I'm just going to hot glue that in place right where it was and kind of iron out the petals on the flower with my heat gun to make sure that it is standing straight out. And we're going to fill this up just like you'd fill a basket. It does kind of stand by itself, kind of. You might need to lean it up against something. I'm going to use some of the pink and white party shreds, and we're going to kind of do a pink and white theme on this one. Thought that would go really cute with the color of the bag and the pink flower that we added. I don't want to fill it too full though because I got lots of fun things to put inside. I picked up a little pink Easter bunny plush from the Dollar Tree. He's actually pretty cute. And he's going to fill up a lot of the bag. I wanted to kind of do a bunny rabbit theme on this one. Just going to kind of remove the tag, kind of distracting, get that out of the way. And then add some other pink items as well. We're going to do some of the pink bunny rabbit bubbles. And I picked up a little bunny ball shooter I thought would be really cute. We're going to add in there. And just like a little pink lollipop I added in there. I thought it'd be cuter if I added this and took it out of the package first though. So that's what we're going to do. So as you can see, it stands up, but you kind of have to lean it up against something. It doesn't have a super flat bottom. I'm just going to go ahead and put one of the balls in place on the little bunny shooter and then put the other balls down inside the bag, and it kind of goes with my bunny theme, and so do these. Some more of the little pink peeps is going to go with my little pink Easter bunny theme, and it's really fun to go with a theme on these. It just makes them look so cute. I have some of the Peeps lip balm to fill out the little bag. And then I wanted to do like, since we're doing bunny rabbits, we can do some of the little plastic bunny Easter eggs for this one as well. I'm pretty much full, but I have room for a few more items. I'm going to do some of the foil wrapped chocolate eggs in the little bunny rabbit and another little bunny rabbit to add to the basket. And I'm thinking I might have room for some more candy, but maybe just some smaller items like some of the little Peeps lollipops and some of like the little Reese's eggs. My son loves these, but he likes like the bigger ones, if you know what I mean. But I kind of like the smaller ones. They're you don't feel quite as bad about eating them, right? And I think that filled it out nicely. So just another fun idea that you can use for an Easter basket, one of the little bags. These also come in colors. I know they come in blue, maybe even pink. And they have these every spring. They kind of have them year round at my Dollar Trees. But super cute with a little bunny rabbit peeking out, the fun little pink flower that we added to the front, and a really cute little Easter basket for a little girl. And I always have those bags on hand because I love to craft with them. I think they really look like a fun like faux seagrass for coastal DIYs. Now this Easter basket is going to be a no candy basket because not all kiddos can have candy. And so I picked up this. It's a giant Pong game. It comes with this ball and the 3 big cups. So the basket itself is an activity. And I wanted to do like an activity theme on this one since I was not going to do candy. So this is a no candy basket. But you could always add candy to yours. I'm going to use some of the traditional green grass there from the Dollar Tree. And then I picked out some fun items. So this is one of like the orange carrots from the home decor section, but I thought it would make a good like faux food for a kid. I thought it'd be cute to kind of go with an Easter theme. I picked up another one of the Etch-a-Sketches. Those are always great activities. And then I checked out the Easter aisle for like craft kits. So I got like one of the yarn craft kits to make little bunny rabbits with all the little pieces inside. And it goes, you know, with the fun Easter theme of the bunnies, the carrots, and just little fun activities that they can do. I picked up some of the little bunny bags. These are so cute this year. I think they're really made well. They have a fun design on the inside of the bunny ear and everything, and just really made nicely. I'm just going to remove the tag from the inside, and then we can fill it up with some fun surprises. I picked up some of the little felt carrot stickers and some of the felt Easter egg stickers. So I'm just folding those and putting those inside for a fun little surprise in this basket. And the bunny's also going to act as a fun decor piece there, sitting next to the little faux carrot. And of course, some bubbles would be a fun activity as well. I'm not going to do a handle or anything on this one. I don't really want to take away from the functionality of the actual gift, which makes a perfect size for a little Easter basket like this. And this is actually going to be for a little boy. And I just used one of the little ribbon bows there on the front, just for a little bit of a festive touch. You could always wrap this in a bag as well, but it's already kind of all bagged up with the game, the Pong game. And so I think it works just as well, just like this. So this is how it turned out. This was my no candy version of an Easter basket. And sometimes, you know, no candy is the way to go. But I think that giant Pong game looks really fun, and that is a fun gift in itself. And as you can see, it makes a perfect little Easter basket. Thank you so much for tuning in today and making it through all 28 of these Dollar Tree Easter DIYs. I had so much fun putting this video together for you. Hopefully you've got lots of great crafting inspiration. Up next is a final reveal of all of the projects that we DIY'd today. Enjoy.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a small bar with neon lights. Talked about everything that was on our mind. Talking to you gave me butterflies. Then you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy.
You had me at hello, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
You can ride all the blue. I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away someday, someday. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and save you. Oh, oh. Call me anytime that you need a friend. And call me anytime when you're at a tight end. You, I got you, and you got me too. We can always make it through. What we do is what we do. I can take you anywhere, somewhere. We won't be scared. You will see me flying high. I'm staring into your blue eyes. We don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and save you. Oh, oh. Yeah, I need it. Don't you need it too? 'Cause I got you,
and you got me too.
I was at the wrong place at the right time. 'Cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder, love a little louder. We went to a small bar with neon lights, talked about everything that was on our minds. Talking to you gave me butterflies. Then you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love out loud, love out loud, love out loud, love out loud. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder.
And thank you so much for joining me today and making it all the way to the end of this video. It was a long one today. I also want to give a huge thank you to all of my crafty beach bums for supporting my channel here on YouTube. Thank you to Karen O'Haron, Melinda Elizabeth, Jamie Job, Susan Edmonds, Carrie R., Tracy Knight, Nancy Wunner, Julie Miller, Janae Farrington, Pamelia Wren, Maria Grace, Donna Schreiner, Sandy C., and Lindsay. Thank you so much. Your support helps me to get these videos out to you. And if you would like to watch more Dollar Tree DIYs, YouTube thinks that you might enjoy this video right here. Happy crafting!